Western Regional Finals here in Lake Cunningham, San Jose. We have a very exciting event for you. The top 4 riders on the women's and men's side will be going to race the rail from this event. And today, we got a dual slalom, Adam. Tell me a little bit about this race course that these guys are on today.
Oh, let me tell you about it, Jack. This dual slalom format is something new we've seen for the Onewheel Racing League, specifically on a more pump track-esque style. We're going to see some fast berms. We have a lot of whoops, and I think the finish line is going to bring us a lot of excitement today.
Absolutely. Now, all this was hand-watered by you as well, so thanks, Adam, for
me and several other people. Shout out to Mickey, and right now our boy Logan on course, who's going to be keeping the course nice and fresh for these riders, because it's 90 degrees out here, folks, and the dust just starts to kick right up.
Yeah. Well, so to set the scene, folks, we have pretty much the heaviest hitters on both the men's and women's side here today. They're battling for spots to go to Race the Rail, which is essentially the world or national championships of Onewheel. It's the Super Bowl. It's the biggest thing.
It's the big deal.
But the heavy hitters are out here today. Now, this track, like Adam said, is really different than what we've done in the past. Dual slalom, so it's short. They're going to lay down 1 lap on the left side and 1 lap on the right side. And the lowest cumulative time, that was hard to say, is going to be moving on in this bracket to the next round. So that's the format. It's going to be fast-paced.
Fast-paced, Jack. I think we're going to be, I'm pretty sure it's less than a minute per run, probably much less than that with how fast some of these folks are going today.
Yeah. So, Laser, maybe let's start here on the women's side. What are some of the storylines coming into today on the women's side? Here, I'll share this bracket with you here.
Yeah, I mean, immediately you have to go to the number 1 seed today, Mercedes Silva, just, taking this season and really showing what the next level of women's one-wheel racing is.
Killing it. She's been absolutely killing it. So we had over 100 riders out here yesterday putting down time trials to make it to today's race. Mercedes had the fastest time on the women's side, so that's a bit of an indicator. But we have a top 4 or 5 on the women's side that consistently are sort of neck and neck, right? I think some of the other riders to look out for are Allison Stanley. She's the number 3 seed.
For sure. Rachel Payne.
The number 2 seed, Rachel Payne. And coming in 4th place yesterday in the time trials was Gabby Soto. So those are some of the names to look out for on the women's side. Going to be exciting to see how that shakes out.
I'm super pumped for these ladies. They've been killing it in practice. Like you said, I was out on the course trying to smoothen it up, and it's just amazing hearing them talk to each other as they're going down side by side, looking out for each other, just like, all right, that's the line you want to take. It's so cool seeing that relationship between the riders here today.
Yeah. Again, so top 4 here today will be going to Race for the Rail, automatic bids. There's also prize money. I think the winner takes home $1,500.
Ooh, that's nice.
Pretty epic. That helps pay their way to that event. So
that's great.
On the men's side, what are you looking at, Laser, here? I mean, it's kind of a who's who.
This is a stacked field. Like we did a little pregame picks amongst ourselves, and it is just amazing because, again, this is such a different course we've seen in ORL, and a lot of these riders who have that very smooth, flowy riding style, I think this kind of plays to their advantage, but all these gentlemen have been super fast. I think right away, Austin Silva.
The husband and wife duo. The Silva's on top.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Austin looks almost unbeatable out there at times. He was our fastest rider yesterday overall. But Austin looked somewhat unbeatable last year at Race to the Rail too, and I think we learned in one-wheel racing, like every day, it's something unexpected is going to happen every time we race. So, a lot of talented riders. So Sam Lara and Jesse Turpin. Jesse has qualified from one of the sanctioned community events that we held earlier in the year. So Jesse and Sam are actually racing first. The winner there will move on to race Austin, the number 1 seed. Then we have Thor and Callahan and Neil Bennett. Both of those are Northern California guys and really fast. Bodie and Jeff Adair. Jeff is a new face. Excited to see
Jeff's fast.
what he can do. And then Kyle Hansen and Tyler James, the San Diego duo at the bottom.
That's a cool first heat because I know, Kyle's one of the folks that got Tyler into riding one wheel, and they went head to head in the final at Race for the Rail last year.
Men's Race the Rail final
so that'll be a cool one to start off. Yeah.
The first round here today. So
amazing.
It is going to be, it's going to be ultra competitive, and I think that the results from this race today are gonna be a huge factor in the rankings, and as well, like, just a sign of things to come for this season. Like, this is a little appetizer for what we're going to be seeing at Race the Rail, I think.
Yeah, for those watching, Jack, can you go over a little bit about how the rankings have come about and really the role that they play in not only the ORL season, but where it leads to Race for the Rail?
Sure. I mean, it is really a beautiful and exciting thing to watch the sport of one-wheeling grow. And each year it's just taken such big steps forward. Last year was the first year of the One Wheel Racing League. We have been racing one wheels. People have been racing one wheels for a long time, but it's really starting to galvanize and
it is real.
It is real. It's a real thing.
It's real stuff.
So basically this is the first year that we have rider rankings. So we've pulled from a handful of community events that are happening all over the country that are super awesome. Big shout out to the people that have organized those. So basically, the results from these community events get aggregated. There's an algorithm, and we have human committee members who vote on their rankings as well, and that gets pooled together to create this power rankings that you see on your screen here. So right now, look at, we have
for the
Austin,
top men. Well,
Kyle.
let's look at who is not in the race today. Right?
So Noah finished one position out of the top 8 yesterday.
Super close. I think it was within a half a second or so.
Yeah, so Noah, one of the best riders, and he'll be at the Eastern Regional, we hope. So, look forward to more from Noah. And then Brendan Schurmeyer, Floaty McFly, super fast as well. Didn't make it either. So this is a chance, this race here today is a chance for folks to improve their standing for sure, move up those rankings, and basically at the end of the season, any rider that hasn't earned an automatic bid to go to Race the Rail, we will be pulling the top ranked riders to fill the remaining spots. So it's really important what you're ranked here, and it's just cool to be able to have this structure and say, hey, right now I'm the number 5 one-wheeler in the world. I think that's pretty cool.
I totally agree, Jack. It's been awesome to have that reference throughout the season, bringing in some of these other races so that riders can really, have more chances and more opportunities to go to Race for the Rail. It's been fantastic. And now we have here the top 10 women power rankings coming into this weekend. Like we said, Mercedes Silva, number 1. Rachel Cecil, who is not here today. I'm sure she'll be at the Easterns.
You would think so.
Allie Stanley, number 3. Rachel Payne, number 4.
And that's been like that consistent top 4 on the women's side. I think after that, there's been quite a bit of movement. There's jockeying amongst that top 4 for who, what order that is, right? And then I think we've seen a bit of a drop off between 4 and 5, I would say. Mm-hmm. That top 4, it'll be interesting to see if someone like a Gabby Soto can come out today and really perform well. Maybe beat, Mercedes or Allie and make a case for being ranked in that sort of top group. Or maybe we'll see Mercedes Silva just step on the gas and clearly, elevate herself from the rest of the field. So, a lot of interesting storylines to watch out for today. And as you can tell, just looking at these rankings, most of the top riders are here today.
Yeah. So that is the truth, and that is what is so exciting about today, particularly because it's going to be fast. And on this type of course, if you want to place in the top, you're going to have to be smooth. It's not just about who can, go pedal to the metal the whole time. It definitely is a flowy, but yet there's some sneaky bumps in this course. I did a time trial and came off my board during one of the tight turns, and that's what we're going to be looking at.
We have
how quick these
our
riders could go
first
through.
riders at the top of the mountain here. We have Jesse Turpin on the left and Sam Lara on the right. Sam, 17 years old, out of Arizona, one of the up-and-coming racers. This is his first time here in a live broadcast.
I believe he goes by
event.
Send It Sam, right?
Send It Sam on Instagram. And Jesse Turpin, the Terp Slurper, on the left. Jesse boy from Hawaii and Southern California. Just a spitfire, all the energy in the world. Super fast. Jesse's one of these people that could win it all today. Sam, I mean, Sam could too. To be honest, anyone could.
I think it just goes back to who is the smoothest on the track today.
Absolutely.
So here we go, Jack. Riders are engaged on the boards, and
we're just waiting for word from folks at the top. These guys will
stance
start
is ready.
Any time, any minute here.
First race of the Western Regional Qualifier 2022.
And we are live. Jesse on the right side of your screen, Sam on the left, coming down hot. It's tough to tell who's in front. Oh my gosh, they're flying out of the first berm.
Going so fast over these whoops. They just need to keep their bodies over the tire. Wow. So, airing up on the tabletop.
Again, I'll remind you that they run both sides, and it's a time differential, okay? So the lowest total time is going to be your winner here. Well, let's see where they went. There we go.
Oh, hey. Okay, there's the tight
Sam is
turn.
on the top of your screen. Jesse's on the bottom. Coming around. That's the Jesse's down. Jesse is down. Sam is in the lead. Jesse needs to get back on the board. Sam is through. Jesse is going to need to make up some serious time here. Okay.
Then I think that's what we're going to be seeing a lot today, because the nerves are high and it's this flowy course. You got to be smooth, man. But luckily, is one more shot.
Heat. You'd think that Sam might play this next heat a little bit conservatively, because if Sam doesn't go down, you'd like to think that he's probably going to move on.
Yeah, if I'm Sam, I want to make sure that I have a clean run.
Yeah,
that's number one priority.
They were both flying, and it was tough. It's tough to tell who's in front.
Yeah.
It's tough. They both look fast coming out of the gate here. But yeah, tough lap for Jesse and Sam. Yeah, you got to think is just gonna take this next one slow and steady, maybe move on to face Austin. Let's go ahead and throw it down to our sideline reporter, Jeff McCosker. Jeff, what you got for us?
All right, here we are with Sam, a.k.a. Send It Sam. How'd it go racing the Flying Hawaiian Jesse Turpin?
It was awesome. Yeah, he's such a freaking fast dude. I was so nervous, but yeah, you never know what happens when you're racing, so.
Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty neck and neck there until the end. He took a little beef and you passed him.
Yeah. So we still got one more, so never know what happens, but yeah.
Awesome. Congrats, my man. Where can the people find you on the internet?
Senditsam.15. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything pretty much.
Check him out. He's out there jumping over cars, doing wild stuff. Back to you boys in the booth. Good job, bud.
Thank you, Jeff. Congrats, Sam, on the first run. But yeah, as he mentioned, it's not done yet. He's got to lay it down again.
For sure. I just want to give a little round of applause for Jeff. That was the first time on the live stream, taking over the field reporter.
That's right. You have some experience in that regard, don't you?
For the last 3 years, that has been my position, and I've graduated to the booth. So I'm happy that Jeff is taking on that role today, and great job, Jeff.
Absolutely. Those folks are making their way back up to the top here, and shortly we will have that second lap for you. Again, whoever comes out of this bracket is facing Austin next. So that's gonna be a challenge either way for whoever comes out. Austin again laid down the fastest time trial time yesterday. But maybe Sam's got some magic. The 17-year-old kid.
I mean, looking at the structure of these races, it's not going to be comfortable until it's over for these guys.
Whoever's winning today is going to win a lot of heats.
Yeah.
They're going to have to win a lot of tough battles, and they're going to really earn it. Whoever wins today is definitely
for sure. So we're still waiting for them to come back up to the top and go through round 2.
What well, first I'd like to take a quick opportunity to give a shout out to Tacos El Chuy, one of our favorite taco trucks who came here today.
The best.
Thank you guys, and our sponsor, our food truck sponsor here today. Yeah, let's see. What are your takeaways? What do you think is the most challenging part of the course? Jesse fell down. It looked like it's tough to see exactly what happened, but it was down in that lower sort of like big berm area.
Yeah, so you get those after you get through this first whoop section, you go through the first berm, it leads you into another couple whoops, you go into the second berm.
Now that's kind of like an S snake. So with the S snake, it's you got to go inside and outside. It's super hard, and if again you saw Jesse through the second one slide out, it's dry out there today. We're trying to keep it wet, trying to keep the dust down, but that also comes into play when you're going Mach speed into a berm.
Why don't we check out? It sounds like we have the course preview. Why don't we check out? See if the guys in the booth can lay that up for us, and that way we can narrate exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Here we have the Silvas,
the 2 number 1 seeds. So let's see. Yeah.
So you have the first berm section into the first whoop. Now, some riders have had some trouble there because they're coming out with magnificent speed off of that start line.
Magnificent speed.
Dude. Then you come after this, the tabletop.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people airing up onto the tabletop. So you go in, if you're on the inside, you go inside, outside, obviously. The outside goes inside. But it's like a snake. It's an S. So it's the one part of this entire course that you're just going back to back. Really nice.
Austin looks like he's riding like in his sleep right now, and that'd probably be so much faster than me. That's like my main thought.
Man, this is a cool shot.
You really gotta like. A lot of it is about absorbing and pumping on those whoops. That's something that we haven't really had.
Yeah.
In ORL racing before.
And the pumping technique is so much more different than you would expect. Like if you're used to skateboarding, it is 100% opposite because you're working with this motor that is self-balancing and it's reading your input, whereas the skateboard you pretty much have 100% control of. And there's nothing there.
Yeah. You also it's a short course, so fatigue is not really a factor. But I feel like both those guys came out so hot in the first this first section here that you might get some foot positions a little funky by the time you get down to that last bit. I don't know. There's all kinds of room for slip ups for sure on this course, even though it's short.
I think the key today, Jack, is flow state. This is a flowy course, and you have to be in that mindset of being comfortable, confident, and just, being as smooth as possible. I'll keep saying it all day. It's just
smooth as fast.
Smooth as fast, baby.
We got our 2 racers up at the top again, Jesse and Sam. They've switched sides, and they are off. Jesse needs to make up a lot of time. Sam needs to not make any mistakes here. Jesse's flying.
Jesse focused. This is awesome.
Eye of the tiger.
He knows it. He knows he needs to lace this run, and he needs to have a gap in front.
He looks focused.
He does have a gap right now. This is where things will get caught up. Oh.
Off again.
Hitting a little bit. Some of those ruts, they'll bump you up, and we still got a little bit left to go. But Sam is starting to get a little comfortable.
For Sam, this is a mental lap now. Okay, I know where everything is. Look at he's airing off
those jumps.
And for Jesse knows that at the end of the day, he's gonna be ranked incredibly high. I think that he's in a good spot to make it to race the rail.
Yeah,
I think Jesse knows he's got a lot to fight for.
Jesse's one of the top 10 riders in the world.
Jesse is
now.
one of the top 10 riders in the world.
So,
although now it's like the top 12.
It is growing.
It's starting to get like
we're getting new faces 12, that are starting to push the crowd. That
on screen right and Lily on screen left. Mercedes, Northern California based. Lily from San Jose. Float, shout out to the float pack, float addicts, all the local groups here.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can slay the dragon.
Wow.
Let's see if Lily can take down Mercedes. And they're off. Mercedes comes into the first feature first. Lily on her board, though. Mercedes looking pretty confident, looking pretty smooth.
Looking very focused, staying low. I could tell.
Lily's staying in there. Lily needs to lay down a clean run. That's what she needs. Mercedes leaning into each feature.
Anything could happen here, Jack. And if Mercedes goes down and Lily stays clean, it could change it up. We'll see.
Yeah. We're at the finish line, but
Now
we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Here we go.
Yeah, we got one more berm.
Okay, so we got a pretty good distance now between Mercedes and Lily. Mercedes is
on the inside line.
Smooth, confident. Here she is coming down the finish.
And
Almost getting a little air on those little rollers there, Mercedes is.
And Mercedes taking it. Lily still coming down. Hey, she's going to come down with a smooth run, which is all that you can ask for.
Clean run. Congrats, Lily.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's see if Mercedes can do it again. If Mercedes comes off her board.
That's the thing, Jack. Anything could happen here. It's not just a one and done, and just because you got the first one doesn't mean the second one's going to go the same.
That's the biggest thing with ORL. You got to stay on the board. I mean, that if we've seen one thing time after time, it's that the best racer in the world doesn't necessarily win if they can't stay on the board. So you're happy if you're Mercedes there?
Yeah.
It's a nice, smooth run. But Lily's not out of it.
But
she's got one more chance.
There are a few special people that can fall and make a comeback. I actually almost saw when we were at Seek and Shred, one wheel race and festival. Austin was cruising, and Brendan Schurmeyer is just barreling down the mountain behind him. And I come to find out he had fallen in the middle of the race. And saw the video, it was like, wow, he would have been out. But he was not too far behind Austin, so it's just the thing. It's like you never know.
That, and absolutely, it's never over. That was a pretty long course, too. So they had that was a cool race.
Totally different format, and but it's cool to see how riders take all these different formats, and just watching their techniques is where I really like to.
It's also interesting to think about. I think that from the preliminary practice rounds, people were talking about the right lane being a little slower, being a little chunkier. I don't know if you've ran both, but I think that was the chatter. So it'd be interesting to see if there's also a bit of that coming into play here. Sure, Mercedes, was ahead of Lily there, but there might be a little bit of advantage depending on which lane you're in as well. So we'll keep tabs on that.
Yeah, each lane is going to have its own little hiccups, but I will say I spent a lot of time on the first berm in the red lane, which is the outside berm, and essentially halfway up the berm, it gets super chunky, and it's not a place that you want to be. So you don't want to go into that berm high. And what I was seeing, a lot of riders, they were coming and doing a quick little pivot shoot out, and so they come out and it's almost like angled because they can't flow all the way through the berm. And it's just who can react to those little things in the course, and it's going to change throughout the day.
Absolutely, Laser. Well, for those of you who are watching, thanks for tuning in. This is the ORL Western Regional Qualifiers. We have some of the best riders in the world here today. We'll be racing for the next probably couple hours, I would say. So get yourself a comfortable chair and maybe a beverage on the couch there.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is some nice ambient programming on your Sunday afternoon or evening if you're on the Eastern Seaboard.
Shout out to the East Coast.
And thanks for tuning in, folks. If you don't already, go find Onewheel Racing League on Instagram. Give it a follow. Subscribe to the Onewheel YouTube channel. That's where all the Onewheel racing activity happens. It only gets bigger and better from here. We have the Eastern Regionals at the end of July over the 30th and 31st. And then we have Race to the Rail August 19th and 20th. Tour 20th and 21st, excuse me. Here we have Gabby Soto getting the pick before sending. Yeah, Gabby, number 4 in the penny there.
So we have Gabby, number 4, going up.
Against Nicole Wadamanik. We might say Nicole's last name. She told me how to pronounce it earlier today, and she said, "Some people call me the Maniac." That's what she said. So
Oh, that's cool.
So maybe we'll nickname there. Nicole, apologies for any
That's on Jack.
mispronunciation, but met her earlier, and she's a lovely, lovely human being. She helped me figure out how to return my phone screen during a TikTok.
Oh.
So thank you, Nicole.
You were filming a TikTok.
You know, we're dabbling.
We're there.
We are there, actually. Tune in. It's happening mostly on TikTok now. But yeah, Gabby's been killing it. Gabby's what, 16 or something like that. She's one of the younger riders on the women's side, up and comer. Big thanks to Gabby's dad, Manuel Soto, as well.
And Jen, always helping out.
For helping out a ton with all of the racing stuff. What just a great family. And
yeah,
really
super
appreciate
dedicated to the sport, and we appreciate that.
their work, absolutely. And young Gabby here has a chance today. I mean, I think the story for Gabby is she's close to that top group, close to that top 4. This could be the time and the format for her to really prove that she belongs in that upper tier on the women's side.
I agree, Jack. The upper tier, breaking the barrier into the 4 group.
Yeah. Making it a big 5 instead of a big 4. Allie Stanley, number 3 in that penny number 3, she's in it. She's in the club.
She's in the club, yeah.
She's, it's no question whether she's one of the top 4 riders. This is a question of what order you have them ranked. And she's giving some advice.
And what we were just seeing right there, it's so awesome to see all the competitors like sticking out for each other, trying to see and make sure that, people are taking the right lines and the best line, and that camaraderie amongst the competition is always nice to see. You can't always take it 100% serious, but I guess you have to sometimes if you want the cheese.
You got to have fun.
Yeah.
You got to have fun. That's the key. So serious is relative, I think. I'm not sure. My best advice is take nothing seriously and let it rip. Right?
Jack, some people would say you could either do nothing or you could do something, and I think that something just needs to be fun.
Absolutely. So these ladies are dropping in momentarily. We have our little scene at the top. I would be nervous, to be honest, if I was standing up there about to race. Not that this course is like so challenging, but just you have what racing does to you. Physiologically, the heart rate is elevated. You got a little sweat.
Dude, it's intense, especially on some of when you're getting speed and you're going into one of these turns. You are looking ahead, so you're balancing, staying completely present, but also anticipating the future. And I think it's just going to end up being who can keep that balance between present and future in their mind, because that's the smoothest run right there.
Wow, we are getting metaphysical here in the Western Regional Qualifiers, but why wouldn't we? We're riding Onewheels competitively in the year 2022. It's just it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing time to be alive.
We're looking at the fastest growing and honestly the most exciting board sport that is like actually new and pushing boundaries. I grew up skateboarding, Jack, and it is just a trip to see people racing each other on a single wheeled device that is essentially like read your mind.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you tune in and watch this without having much context, it might look like this is somewhat easy to do. What these folks are doing is super challenging. They are all athletes. They all are highly skilled. They've been practicing, they've put in their 10,000 hours. Here we have Nicole, number 5. She's geared up all black, like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Nicole.
We'll see. About to engage the boards.
Stretch it out. Deep breath.
Two regular riders, so.
And they are off. Let's see. It's tight. It's neck and neck coming down this first feature. Both. Nicole with a nice little burst of speed. Bit of lead. Very smooth. Let's see how Gabby plays this.
Both of them looking very confident and smooth, super focused. Nicole with that little lead going on to the tabletop on the top section. Gabby not too far behind Jack.
Okay. Into the snake. Yeah, there you go. Tight turn there, Laser, like you called out before.
Oh, there it is.
Nicole.
But she's going back. She's going to go back on her, engage
composure
the board.
Here. You need composure. There you go.
Deep breaths.
Deep breath, exactly. Okay, she's around the feature. Okay.
Gabby now with a sizable lead coming into the last stretch.
Gabby just needs to play this safe.
Yep. And she has to do a look back because two regular riders, she can't really see behind her.
That's a good call. Gabby is through. That's a nice lap for Gabby. And Nicole obviously wants to stay on the board there. Let's see. I mean, she's got to make up time. She's got to hope Gabby has a slip up here.
Exactly.
We've yet to really see a run, Adam, where both riders stay on the board and are neck and neck till the end. I think we will see that here
for sure
today. But in these opening rounds, a couple of early game jitters, I think.
I think it's it's hot out here. For us, it's a different format and how we run these races. And these riders have also been riding all weekend, practicing, and there's just a lot of anticipation coming into an event like this. So yeah,
absolutely, it is a mental game just as much as it is a physical one. I would say potentially even more.
What would your percentages for that be? I would
say about 90% mental, 50% physical.
I would even say 95% mental
and
5% physical.
50% physical, 90% mental.
100% pure stoke here at Onewheel.
Take that to the bank.
Western Regional Qualifiers. That's what that equals.
Gabby, sizable lead on Nicole. In that we don't have the time differential here live to us, but we can say that was safely several seconds.
Oh, for sure. If I had to guess, it was, maybe 5 or so.
Yeah. So Gabby needs to run a clean run.
She needs a clean run.
If you're Gabby now, do you take your foot off the gas a little bit?
Well, she's going to be on – she has – so as I just prefaced, they're both regular riders. So the person in the red lane, we'll call it, with the red pennies, you can't see your opponent for most of the race. So I think now Gabby has the advantage of being in the blue one where Nicole was.
Yep.
So she'll be able to see where Nicole's at the whole race.
That actually is a big strategic advantage, isn't it? Particularly if you have that lead already.
Yep.
And okay, I just need a pace with her. I would take my foot off the gas a little bit, I think, if I'm honest. I think we're getting a replay of that last race. Maybe we could see what happened.
Awesome shot from the live stream crew. And there, Nicole with the lead right into the first berm. Couple humps. And then into the tight, up into the big tabletop. Now, that you come down with too much speed if you're not over your wheel jack, you might be leaning back too far. And this is where I think we're going to see a lot of the changes within the races. I'll call it the snake run, and that's where Nicole came off.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that seems
boom.
like a somewhat similar location area to where Jesse, came off his board as well. Okay, here at the top we have Allie Stanley and Janet Thorne. Janet on the right, Allie on the left.
Janet out of Wyoming.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Where in Wyoming?
I don't know exactly where in Wyoming, but I talked to her earlier, and I was like, that's pretty epic to come all the way down here and race.
Super epic. I talked to her as well. She's awesome. And they're off. Okay. Allie, slight lead, but Janet right there. Both hit the opening. Oh, my gosh. Janet with a big save.
The windmill arms, keeping it balanced.
I think the right side is faster here. We tend to see that person out in front a bit. Because
But then it comes tight right here, Jack, and that's where the person in the left lane has a little bit of an advantage. But this is
Janet is saying, I belong here right now.
And into the snake run. Here the ladies go. Into the
It's that heel side turn.
It is
for regular riders.
Yes.
That's been tricky, huh? Wow, look at the dirt kick up from Allie right there.
That is the
Janet
power
back
of
on her
GT
board
motor.
quickly. Nice job, Janet.
Yeah, and I think this view is showing us that if you're in first place right now, you have to stay on it. And if you're chasing, you have to have that clean.
Allie
stoked at the bottom, awesome. But
always epic energy.
Again, one more run to go.
One more run to go. Okay, big shout out to Janet from Wyoming. Janet looked the top of that lap. I thought, okay, Janet might actually have this. I think if Janet can lay down a clean run, I'm just saying in the future,
dude,
for Janet to keep coming to these one-wheel racing events, like I think she proved right there, to me anyways, in the top half, she can put her foot on the gas.
100%.
It sounds like we can talk to our sideline reporter and talk to Allison. Jeff, take it away.
Dude, you're racing with the fanny too? What do you got?
Nothing. Used applesauce.
What?
I ate some applesauce earlier.
Yeah. Are we live? I'm just going to go with it. We're live here with Allie Beats coming in first on that one by, what, a mile about?
Dude, I don't even know. At first, me and Janet were neck to neck, but she happened to just lose it and fall. So then I just got a good lead after that.
I think that's it. There's been a ton of carnage on this course so far today. If you just stay on your board, it seems like you got a good chance.
Dude, literally. And I think people were holding back in practice because Janet was not sending it that hard before, and now she's going super fast.
You ladies are cooking. All I can say is I'm glad I'm not out there racing. I'm sitting here in the shade. This is great. You guys are killing it. Good work, Allie.
For sure. Thank you.
All right. Later, kid.
All right.
See ya.
All right. Well, I just congratulated Jeff on his first time, but I might have to take some bananas back for that performance.
No, he's on it. He's on it. He doesn't have the same technology
I'm kidding, Jeff.
that we have down there. But
I'm kidding.
Great energy always from Allie. I'm glad. That's one of those people that you're like, I'm glad that you love this and that this is what you're into. Here we have Rachel Payne and Brenda. Both of these riders are awesome, but this is Brenda's first time. Brenda's trying on live broadcast. Let's see what she's got here. Rachel Payne and Brenda. Brenda on the left, Rachel on the right.
Rachel Payne just so smooth. Rachel Payne is a very technical rider, so I think she'll handle the smoothness of this course
But Brenda's
well.
still here.
Dude, Brenda is not far behind.
No, not at all.
This is awesome. Coming into the snake run.
Let's see if Brenda in that top track can hit this heel side turn without an issue. This has been the issue for riders so far. Nice.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do. You got to just tamper it down a little bit and just get through it smoothly. The other rider's going to have to ride it next,
Rachel Payne coming into the final straightaway, and you see how this just kind of goes down a little bit with a few whoops right here in the tabletop. It's just not over till it's over, but Rachel Payne keeping it smooth. Brenda having a smooth run as well.
Yeah.
And that's what you need.
I mean, that's only a couple seconds right there.
No, it's not far behind.
Yeah, Brenda's still in this. That's what you like to see, 100%. Good clean laps from both Brenda and Rachel Payne. Rachel Payne, the 2 seed, Brenda, the 7 seed. That's going to be a tight one. Rachel Payne definitely needs to lay down a clean lap, but she's in a good position right now.
I would think that just based on those performances, if Rachel Payne goes down, Brenda's not far behind.
Absolutely. So on the women's side, we had the first lap was taken by Mercedes Silva over Lily. Allison Stanley took the first lap against Janet. Gabby took the first lap against Nicole, and Rachel took the first lap against Brenda, although that one was probably closer than the rest. We had falls in the other races.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll monitor that. I think I believe we're moving on to the men's, first round of the bracket now. But I might be wrong.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, Jack. But I think what we're seeing today is just staying on your board is the best guarantee.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it sounds like the thing you got to do.
You know, when you talk about a sport, there's always like a 1 sentence, like 5-word explanation. You know, it's like hit the ball. On one wheeling, it's like stay on your board.
Stay on your board.
That is the name of the game. So we'll see. I'm curious, like, because we haven't seen 2 laps yet back to back, we can't quite tell which side of the track is fastest.
Yeah.
It seems like people are having a hard time on that far side, heel side turn for regular rider. Here we have the Spirit stick
There's
at the top there.
Bodie. Just he's that's him. That's Bodie. He's just vibing all the time. Always trying to keep it positive and always trying to just have a fun, good time. He's just like stoked no matter what, whether he's filming or riding or racing.
We'll see if that helps him.
We'll see if it helps him today.
Absolutely. We have the racers getting back up to the top. We'll see if we have the other side of these women's opening round brackets up next, or if we hop over to the men's side. But either way, it'll be exciting to see who's moving on. And
I think we'll be going to the men's first, from what I hear, which either way is exciting. And we're going to be hitting Austin Silva versus Sam Lara.
Yes.
How are you feeling just knowing how dialed Austin has been this season if you're Sam Lara?
You're nervous. I think you're nervous. Yeah. I mean, right now Austin's looking tough to beat, but well, I don't know. We've just seen, like, stay on your board. Like, you get that's what I'm thinking. If I'm Sam, I'm thinking go fast and don't fall. You know, like,
go fast, don't fall.
I think it's that simple. So he's here for a reason. He's one of the best riders in the world, and we'll see if he can get it done here against Austin. Excited to see Austin as well on this course. I don't think anyone has looked faster. You'll see what that looks like here in a second. And if you're Austin, you got to lay down a clean lap. I wonder if there's any strategy around taking it not easy on the first lap, but almost being a little more conservative on your first lap, because what you don't want to do is fall, right? And then if both, you know, on the second lap you can try to make up speed potentially, but that's what I would do. You know, I'm not a racer these days, but I probably would. That's how I'd play it. If you're at home, comment below. Who do you think's gonna win on the men's side and on the women's side? Be interesting. You got to put it in now, okay, so that we don't get late picks.
Yeah, late picks are never fun.
Late picks are. Who are you picking on the men's side?
For the men's side, I switched around a little bit earlier, but I went from Austin to Bodie to Jeff Adair. That's where I landed on Jeff Adair.
Respect.
It's just so hard to choose one person when you know how capable all these riders are. Same thing on the women's side. I was like jumping around all over the place. I went from Mercedes and then I landed on Allie, but it's like it's hard to choose one person.
It definitely is. I don't even know who I would pick on the men's side. I think maybe I don't even know who I said earlier. I'm gonna go Neil Bennett. I'm gonna go
Neil's hungry.
With Neil Bennett.
He's a hungry man.
I like that guy. Okay, these guys are getting ready at the top. Sam got his sunglasses, which is, you know, it's bright out, so
it's super bright and it's super dusty. So the last thing you want is getting some dust in the eye halfway through the course. And I know somebody like me, I wear contacts, that would ruin it. That you game over.
There's a lot of little things that they're doing at the top here. So they're getting their tire pressure dialed in to how they like it. They are making sure their digital shaping setting is what they want.
And also making sure it's charged exactly to where you feel most comfortable and to where you think
camaraderie.
Look
at this at the top.
Help out
little
the most.
Fist bump right there with Austin and Sam. Austin in the left doing the jumping jacks. Mercedes was doing that too earlier. Get the blood flowing. Sam's like, I better do something too. So he starts stretching.
I mentioned it earlier. It's like you could tell who, like Austin obviously this is his life, man. Him
him and Mercedes are dedicated. So we're clearly seeing that in their performances.
We are off. Austin and Sam.
This is
both
exciting,
coming
Jack.
hot. Holy smokes.
Oh,
Sam
my
is
gosh.
flying.
Oh,
Austin took that
little air
really
off that.
fast.
Austin just coming right up behind Sam, but here he goes. Sam's got the tight turn. Sam in the lead onto the tabletop.
Both looking smooth.
Now
Look at
here it
that
is.
dirt kick.
Watch Austin's technique through this tight turn. Just tight.
See, there's chunk that leads into that heel side turn, and that's what I think is getting people slipped up. But Sam's
in
hit
the
this
lead
already.
right now.
Now, some people were saying that
here we
Sam,
go, Jack. This is it. You have to stay smooth.
final stretch. This is a bit of an upset. Obviously, oh, they're flying.
Wow.
Sam.
I would say that's less than a second behind.
Wow.
So, I think obviously Austin is just already thinking about what he's doing, but Sam coming in with the lead off.
Sam Lara. Heck yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. Looks like Jeff is down there with him. It might take a second, but let's see if we can talk to them. But that was an impressive run there.
That was amazing.
Let's kick it down to Jeff and Sam.
Send it, Sam. You were my first interview, and at this pace, you might be the last if you keep racing like that, buddy. So that was crazy. Racing the #1 seed, Austin Silva, and you came ahead. How'd that feel?
I don't even know what to think right now. My mind is just like, it's so crazy.
Yeah, you were in the zone, man.
Yeah, I never thought I would make it this far, ever.
So what happened? Did you race good, or were there any slip-ups out there?
No, I didn't really slip up. I felt like that was a really good run. I got a decent head start at first, and then, I just stayed on my board.
I love it. Are you making any changes for the next run, or are you just trying to keep it the exact same this run?
Just trying to keep it the same. Just keep my cool and just stay on my board and go fast.
I love to see it. Well, congratulations, buddy. Send it, Sam, living up to his nickname. Back to you boys in the booth.
All right, Jack. So we are going immediately into another men's round. Here we have Bodie Harrison, Jeff Adair. This is going to be insane right now.
Bodie Harrison has been slaying the wheel since a very ripe young age. That's not what you say. Okay, they're about to race. Let's just get this wise. Jeff on your right, Bodie on your left.
Jeff
Bodie with the
immediately going into that downhill with
Flying.
speed.
Flying.
Oh, Jeff a
both
little bit
riders.
off the horse, but staying on.
Bodie is channeling.
Bodie's watching Jeff. Look at the steez going through that corner, coming up on the tabletop.
Ooh.
Oh, Bodie down. He can still recover. Jeff needs to
They're
keep
flying.
it smooth.
There's the
slip up.
bobble from Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay, Bodie's not out.
This is not over, folks.
Bodie's
this is
not out.
not over.
With the amount at which both riders are pushing, anything's possible. You need a smooth run from Bodie here.
If I'm Bodie, I'm just saying I got to make it down on my board smooth. Jeff coming across the finish line. Wow.
Both riders having.
Bodie airing down
Holy
that.
smokes.
Holy smokes. Dude, that just shows.
Oh,
Wow. But
still killing it. Always killing
that's
it.
amazing. But Jeff Adair, wow, just
Flying.
turning
But
and burning,
had the
baby.
one. So both those guys are hauling. But the slip up at the end from Jeff kind of gave Bodie a couple seconds back, probably.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't think that heat's over. I think that heat, both of those guys are.
We're going to do a
are
quick
flying.
replay, Jack. Let's call this, because there's a lot to digest from the course and what's happening. It's getting super dry. We're trying to spray it down with water to keep it a little bit more compact, but as you saw there, it's getting slidey out there.
Let's kick it over to replay. Here we have Bodie on the left, Jeff on the right. They were hauling in this top section, both of them. Just super. Oof, look
Wow,
at that. They
look.
both almost lost it
Yep.
up there. Regained. Bodie lost it on the tabletop here.
He came up on
He was
the tabletop
flying
so fast.
Look at the board. Just. And then Jeff lost it
right over here.
in this area, right? It's that bump, bump, bump,
Yeah.
right? There's
There's
bumps
some
over
braking
there.
bumps because this is a mountain bike slalom course.
Right.
Yeah.
And then clean laps the rest of the way. But I don't think that the difference is so great in this heat right now. even with Bodie. Bodie did a great job of keeping his composure, getting back on his board. I know he told me today, he's like, he's just out here having
watch
fun.
this air.
Boom.
Oh my gosh.
Epic. He's just out here having fun, which I really respect. He said, if I don't move on, I'll be happy to shoot some shots and elevate my brothers and my sisters as well, which is cool.
That's
fun.
awesome.
Fun heat to watch there.
That was
Fun.
really
And
exciting.
Jeff's first year racing. So it sounds like we got Jeff at the bottom of the hill. Let's kick it down to Jeff.
Here we are with Jeff Adair, the winner of the last heat. Jeff, that was a
he's
crazy
nice.
one. You and Bodie Harrison.
That's insane, dude. Like, Bodie is like one of my top favorite riders ever. Yesterday, I rode for the first time in Santa Cruz with him, and it was just amazing. And then today, I'm competing against him. You know how competition is. I mean, anything can happen. And Bodie, unfortunately, came off the board one time and let me get it because, dude, Bodie rips, bro. You already know.
Yeah, Bodie's a wild boy, that's for sure. So what's the strategy for the next run? So you got one more run. You guys got to switch up lanes and run it again.
So don't get too excited and have another clean run, and kind of let the if we're neck and neck, man, got to push it. But if not, maybe be a little conservative.
Awesome, cool stuff, Jeff. Where can the people find you on the internet if they want to follow you?
For sure. Jeff Adair Shreds on everything, Instagram and TikTok, Facebook. Let's get it.
Check out his YouTube channel. He posts all the time. Jeff, good racing, buddy. Good luck to you on the next one. Back to you guys.
Okay.
We are back at the top. So I think how we're going to do this, Jack, is we're going to start running through instead of going back to back between men's and women's. Just continue on through, and then each round we will go back and forth.
Moving along. Whatever gets the job done. Here we have Thor Callahan in the MJ23.
Wow, is it a sign?
And then we have Neil
Bennett. So Neil Bennett, I talked to him before the race, and he came off his board during his time trial. He had a little slip up, so he thought he wasn't even in it today. So
That's right. He still laid down an amazing time.
He laid down such an amazing time that he is here.
I feel like he should be Neil the Machine Bennett. That's how I feel about Neil.
Neil the
and
Machine
they're
Bennett
off.
And Thor Callahan. Here we go.
Thor in the red helmet. Neil in all black. Neil flying, through the
airing off
section.
that first one with Neil. Wow, Thor getting high up
Both
on the
of these
berm,
guys.
Jack. Wow,
Smooth.
smooth.
Smooth
Here's
as
the
fast.
tabletop. You can't come up too hot on the tabletop into the S turn.
Let's see
Little
how
snake lane.
Neil takes this. This has been the section that's been problematic. Look at that chunk. Nice,
Wow,
Neil.
no big deal.
Nice, Neil. But Thor's right there.
Yeah.
This is anyone's game.
This is a close race.
Tabletop into the snake.
Okay. Neil with the tight turn into the last straightaway. He needs to keep
Neil,
it on his board,
little
but Thor is
fist
not
bump right
far
there.
behind. Thor is not too far behind.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
All
this is a
right.
competitive opening lap for
This
these two. That's
is-
what you like to see.
That is exciting.
They're going to flip-flop, and, yep, little pound there. These are both Northern California riders here. Thor in the Lake Tahoe area. Neil up also in Northern California. Good. That was good racing right there, Laser.
That was solid. Both riders with, I would say,
runs.
pretty much clean runs. Like,
Let's kick it down to Jeff down there with Neil, it looks like. What kind of ice cream is that, Jeff? Yep, Jeff's just going to eat ice cream down there. But what flavor you got, Jeff?
Jeff, tell us what flavor you like.
All right, that was probably the closest race I've seen so far. We got Neil Bennett and Thor. Hometown hero here, Neil. How'd it feel? We went in, what, by 2 seconds or so?
I think I got him by a couple seconds, but Thor's a natural talent. He doesn't ride GT much, so he's just getting used to it right now, and he'll bring the heat the next round. I'll be ready.
I think so. You getting worried at all about it, or are you feeling pretty confident?
No, I love this style of track. We got a lot of stuff like this in Tahoe that we send all the time, so I'm feeling at home. I feel like this is my time to put up.
I love it. Well, it was great seeing your performance out there, Neil.
Thanks,
Good luck, buddy. You got one more. See you soon. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jeff. Next time, all we need to do is we need to find out what kind of ice cream Jeff McCosker is eating next sideline report. Neil
I
Bennett,
would
though,
like a cone.
I think, send one over. Neil likes this course.
Yes.
Neil looks comfortable on this kind of course. He's got that he's got that D weight sort of pumping thing going on. We saw him earlier today flying like airing this early section.
I was trying to smooth out on this right side this little like bump at the top because I was seeing some riders like try to avoid it, and Neil's like, "Don't touch that," because he's fully airing into the berm.
Here we have the San Diego brethren, Kyle Hansen and Tyler
Back
James.
to back.
Kyle essentially, I think, kind of taught Tyler the way of Onewheel down in San Diego, and then Tyler ended up beating Kyle in Race
Look
to
how
Rail
stoked
last
these
year.
boys are.
Having fun, these two. Both of them just having a good time.
Kyle.
Oh,
So Kyle is
they're
trail.
off.
So I'm wondering how he's going to do on this pump track.
Both of them flying.
Whoa, air off that.
Let's go, boys.
Wow.
Neck and neck. And they're both
They-
beaming. This is
Oh my
epic.
God.
Flying. Go,
Tyler touching the ground
Oh, man.
onto it. Wow.
Kyle Hansen, if anyone
Into
not
the
named,
tight.
Ooh, look at the
Ooh,
hand
Kyle
plant.
coming back.
Make,
Almost.
That's Tyler.
So Tyler's going really low into these turns. I can't tell if that helps or not, but this is tight, Jack.
Ooh, stay up.
Yeah, it's getting slidey out there with the dryness. Oh my gosh.
Down the chute. This is what you love
Who
to
can
see.
stay on their board? Who can stay on their board?
Oh! Wow.
That was such an insane heat. That next heat is going to have to be like,
And the big hug. These
Perfect.
two are the best.
what a little show they just put on for their first run.
That is Onewheel Racing. Classic ORL laser.
Yes. Classic. Oh,
Classic
wow.
ORL. It sounds like we're going to kick it down to our sideline reporter, and maybe we'll find out what kind of ice cream, and we're talking to Tyler, it looks like.
Dude,
Let's,
Jeff said the best part of the ice cream.
No,
He's-
it's going to be
he's
All right, hey,
Kyle.
Hey, boys, come here. I need both of you.
Well,
up here
it's gonna
'cause
be
that
one
was
of
such a
'em.
Close race. I don't know
Let's
who
talk
won.
to both of them.
Tyler said he was going to ice him. Kyle said that he would cream him, but that didn't happen to be the case. It was a tie.
Yeah, that was so good. Yeah. Dude, next level racing.
that was
so
literally
fun.
next level.
Kyle was cheering me on. Go faster, push it, push it. I was like,
yeah, because you're going faster. That makes me go faster. I'm like, I got to just send it right behind you. I was like, did not think that was going to happen.
too much fun.
Yo,
bro,
for the
racing.
people at home that don't know, these were number 1 and 2 at Race for the Rail last year, went head to head. Tyler ended up taking it, but Kyle was cheering him on.
Coach Kyle.
Yeah.
Coach Kyle.
Yeah, that's what's up. This is how we race here. You know what I'm saying? Feel the vibes, the energy. This is what's so fun. Yeah.
So pumped, Jeff. You having a fun time out here, sideline racing?
I'm having a blast, baby. I got the
got a cone
ice
in the
cream.
hand?
Yeah, cookies and cream for the people asking at home. Very delicious.
It's so hot out here today.
So
I'm gonna
hot.
get some of that.
So hot. Hey, you want the rest of that? You want the rest of that? Okay.
Ooh,
You want to look at that? Oh, this doesn't seem very health friendly.
that's
But,
so good. I need
you
one
know-
of those. Ooh.
Okay,
Can you
fair
get
enough.
back in that?
All right, it's getting weird out here. We better go back to the booth.
Hopefully the CDC is not watching laser because but anyways, those guys, that was the most entertaining lap so far. Super fun to just see the energy. That's why this is great. Honestly, you watch that and you're like, man, I'm glad that we're doing this. This
I
is
was
the
off.
coolest.
I was off the chair. You know, I've had the absolute pleasure of riding with Tyler a lot lately, and he is so hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
And the fact that he, you know,
and the fun
was
that those two have
Yeah.
together is just second to none. Okay, we're back to the women's side. We got Mercedes and Lily Lamb for lap number 2.
Here we go.
Lily took a spill. She's got to make up time. She's got to hope Mercedes has a slip up here. If you're Mercedes,
smooth is fast.
smooth is fast. Flow is go. The vibe at the top is focused, I would say.
Focused, and then you got like the peanut gallery in the back, but I bet they're all just pumping each other up so much, and it's like so exciting.
Here we go. We have Mercedes in the green helmet, Lily in the black helmet. Let's go. Let's go.
Lily
Taking
keeping
the
it-
opening section
yeah,
solid.
Staying with Mercedes. I
But
think
Mercedes is
now
not going to
she's-
hang back. Mercedes is
no.
racing her race here.
She knows that she just has to stay up. Stay
Onto
in
the
front.
tabletop, number 1. Smooth. And Mercedes is on the side that people have had less trouble with here, Laser. Mercedes still in the lead. She just needs to cruise.
Well, Mercedes coming into the final stretch, and I think it's safe to say that she is moving on to the next round. And I just want to congratulate Lily for,
sticking this last run, but also
like a champ,
coming out here, her local scene, and just throwing down with some of the fastest ladies in the world.
For her first racing event. And look at the big hug. That's what's up. Sportsmanship, super important here. Nice, congrats, Lily, for a smooth run in front of the nation, in front of Onewheel Nation, and Mercedes will be moving on.
And we're gonna go down to Jeff for a little sideline commentary.
Victory on that run and the last one. How'd it feel?
Pretty great. I'm still like, adrenaline's going, so it's crazy.
You are just sweating dirt right now. That was gnarly. I figured you'd be out in first. You wouldn't be eating any dirt, but it's pretty dusty up there, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but they watered it down earlier, so it's not as bad as it was.
Sweet. So how you feeling about this run, the next run, finals? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling like you're going to take it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's going to be me and Rachel or me and Allie, and it's going to be the toughest one today, but I'm looking forward to whoever it is that I'm up against in the finals.
I think it's going to be very close for the top girls on this one, but you know what? You got it. Go get them. Congrats. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Jeff.
Wow.
So I have here in my notes that Gabby Soto has a 13-second lead heading into round 2. That is some cushy cushion.
That's significant.
Over Nicole.
Wow.
If you're Gabby, you got to be running just a
clean it.
Clean is fast. Smooth
That's
is good.
Yeah, that will definitely take some turbo boosters to catch up to that lead. So
yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't say that Nicole's out, but
she's got to
perform.
I think we have a replay here on deck. Let's check out some action from before. This is what we just saw here. So Lily and Mercedes, and just watch Mercedes Silva, how dialed she is, and to Adam's smooth as fast. Like Mercedes is that.
100%.
Lily though, like pretty competitive lap here. Good to see.
Yeah, Jack, I think essentially you're going through the berms over and over again, and I think that it's just each berm is so different that you can't get comfortable. Like if you take a berm really smooth, you can't expect the next one to go.
It's one into the next, and there's also just some chunky areas too. I mean, I think we're seeing in that farther on the far track coming into the this way turn, we're seeing that
you know,
that everyone's having to do, right? So it's no advantage or disadvantage to anybody, but you're seeing racers handle it differently. Like I liked how
Neil handled it really well.
Neil handled it great. Tyler handled it pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Mercedes is obviously handling it flawlessly.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, absolutely.
So I think like that is something to take into account too. Is who's been thinking about that and is keeping that in the top of their head of, you know, what they need to look out for in each one of these turns. Yep. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get trail Zambonis down there when we were brushing some dust up to smooth these berms out. But you know, that's part of racing, and the riders need to adapt to the changing conditions, especially with how dry it is out here.
That's right. You know, and yeah, everyone is faced with the same challenges. So it's just about who can overcome, who can adapt. So, and I wonder if they're chatting about that. You know, I wonder if there's some scouting report that's being developed on the course now. Now that people have had at least one lap. I mean, they practiced for a couple hours today, so you got to think that they know this thing inside and out.
Yeah, but even within a couple hours time and more wheels going over it, you know, what you were comfortable with 10 minutes ago could have just taken a really hard berm slash, and now it's different.
A super hard berm slash.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Nicole on the left and Gabby on the right. The time differential is 13 seconds. I'm gonna get my clock out here on my phone here for the informal timing.
Okay, they're off. I hope you press that button.
They're off.
Gabby launching off the downhill section first.
Both carrying speed in this early section, kind of neck and neck. Nicole looking comfortable.
Looking comfortable and smooth. Going to the outside. So I would say that it's like zone 1 right there. It looks like we sprayed a little bit.
Into zone 2, and now
Zone
Gabby has to
2.
deal with the more chunky side here. Stay
Boom, yeah,
on.
you
Nice, Gabby.
Yep.
Nice work. See, you got to ease up a little bit there and just kind of
Nicole coming in so far. I think she's trying to put the turbo boosters on, Jack.
She's boosting.
I think she's trying to put
boosting,
the turbo boosters on here.
Can she boost 13 seconds?
I don't know, but
she needs. I mean, great.
this
lap
is
here.
exciting stuff.
All right.
Nicole coming in, the lead on the second lap. It's going to come down to the time.
It's going to come down to the time.
time.
Great. First of all, great lap from Nicole right there. Fantastic lap. I think we just saw what Nicole is capable of if she lays down a clean lap. That is just congrats to her. That was a strong showing. But I got a 4-second difference. So we're going to hear from Gabby and Jeff down at the bottom. Take it away. Oh, we got everybody in there. Take it away, Jeff.
Nicole coming in first on that one over Gabby. Nicole, how is that? You guys are tired right now.
Yeah. Doing great. My board was in the right mode this time. So
Oh, is that what happened last time?
I didn't double check it.
Oh, technical difficulties.
Apex. I hate Apex.
Oh, Apex is aggressive.
Oh, no, her board was accidentally in the fastest mode. That is trouble. So, Gabby, I do have to know, I didn't see it on the instant replay, but did you fall and completely destroy your pants on that race?
No, these are my church pants.
Okay, I don't believe you. All right, either way, girls, great racing. Congrats to both of you for winning one of them. Good work out there. Back to you guys in the booth.
Jeff got me with a little LOL right there. Real life LOL.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. So Gabby is moving on. We're going to pencil Gabby into the
Can you
next.
100% confirm that?
I
Is
can
that
100.
official?
I can 100% confirm that because she had a 13-second lead,
Okay.
and the time differential on that second lap was, I got 4 seconds roughly. So we're gonna see Gabby in the next round, but Nicole put a great. I know she might not like Apex, but she just raced incredibly well.
Yeah,
on that
and
second lap.
If I'm Nicole, I'm extremely proud of my performance, especially with that second lap because she had such a big chunk of time to make up, and she did what she had to do. So awesome job, and we'll see Gabby in the next round.
Absolutely. I'm being told that Allie has a 13-second lead as well. And then I'm being told that Rachel Payne has a 5-second lead over Brenda. So we'll see if they can make up that time here. It's, 13 seconds, that's a fall. Like, we're talking a fall there. 5 seconds, I mean, what we just watched was about a 4-second differential for context. So
it's definitely a
could be
mistake. It takes a mistake to come back from a lead that substantial. And
you would think.
It's either that or you just got the Mario mushroom and the star and you're dun 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 dun.
I feel like a lot of these racers sometimes do have the Mario mushroom, to be honest,
dude.
Just with the speed at which they're racing,
it's flow state, baby. You got to get in it to win it. So.
Yeah. Okay, so here we have Allison Stanley at the top. I think she has a 13-second lead. Janet had a really fast top section and then had a big, I think, 2 spills on that bottom section. Now she's in the lane that people seem to have less trouble with. We'll see if that factors in here.
Allie giving a thumbs up. Always, no matter what, having a good time with it.
I don't think that was a false start, but looks like we're going with it. Allie coming out pretty quick, but coming into the double whoop, into the second berm section. Allie leading it off onto the tabletop.
I love the little dirt skirt on the tabletop.
The dirt, that's cool.
Dirt skirt.
Yeah. Okay, Allie with this inside section. Let's see how she handles it. Yep.
Nice.
That's
Janet,
challenging.
Janet, though, is
not too far behind.
Yeah, Janet's killing it here as well. Looking pretty
Heck
centered
yeah.
over her board, stacking her weight over the wheel. She's got that lead arm.
We'll see. I mean, Allie's got the tight line, so she's going to come out first. And now it's just who can stay on the board. But
neck and neck down the bottom here, which is fun to see.
Wow.
And they're both sending it. Great work for both of these ladies. Allie is going to be moving on, but if you're Janet, that's a run you have to be really pleased and proud about right there.
I think from the last couple races we just saw, it's riders are understanding what they have to do their second round if they had some mistakes the first.
Yeah.
So congrats to Allie on that one, but Janet, you crushed it as well.
We're gonna kick it down to Jeff, I believe, in the booth. Take it away.
All right, I'm here with Janet and Allie. Crazy race, girls. That second one was pretty darn close. Now, Janet, I hear this is your first race.
Yeah, first time, came from Wyoming, and this is fun. She's pushing me, and it's been a good journey so far.
Yeah, for first race, you kept up with one of the fastest girls out there. Pretty darn good. I'm impressed. Allie, she put the pressure on you, yeah?
Yes, literally. I wasn't nervous at first until we started riding, and I'm like, she was not doing this in practice. So she was definitely like sending in. I told her if she keeps going to these races, like, she's definitely gonna be up there, and you're gonna start seeing her name more often.
Oh yeah, dude. It's fun hanging out with all these girls. They're very supportive. And
awesome. Well, Janet, you're new to the scene. Where can people find you on the internet if they're trying to find you?
Instagram, Socks Feet.
It's Alliebs with 4 E's.
Alliebs with 4 E's. All right, good work, ladies.
All right, thanks.
All right, see you next round, Allie. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Great energy.
Yeah, Jeff's doing a great job.
Great
having him
energy down there. Yeah, absolutely. Good shirt.
Good.
Solid
Yeah,
shirt
he picked a great shirt to come in today and not know that he was going to be doing sideline reporting.
Preparation's overrated.
Yeah.
Overstoked and underprepared.
That's what we do here at ORL.
At the top, we have Brenda and Rachel Payne. 5 seconds separates these two. Brenda needing to make up a little bit of time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to take a little slip up on Rachel's part and a smooth run from Brenda, but you switch a lane and you kind of might even forget what you're trying to accomplish out there.
Whole new world.
Yeah,
whole new
uncharted territory for the current moment. Here we go. Riders ready and
they
off.
are off. Rachel out to an early lead. She needs to put down a safe and smooth run here. She is flowing over this first section.
She's got a little bit of difference, quite a bit of difference on Brenda now coming into the tabletop. And Rachel Payne's going to have to deal with that little chatterbox down there. Bump, bump, bump. Handled it flawlessly.
Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful job by Rachel Payne.
I think that's
there.
what we call that feature now, the chatterbox.
Brenda coming around.
Brenda just keeping it smooth. She knows that that's the only way to be.
Yep.
But Rachel Payne with a fairly sizable lead coming into the final stretch, Jack.
Smooth is fast for Brenda, but smooth is faster for Rachel.
That is correct. Rachel Payne,
just
big smile across the finish line.
Beautiful lap for Rachel Payne there.
Is moving on to the next round, and let's give a hand for Brenda.
Great showing for Brenda here as well.
First time on live broadcast. Had some great runs.
Yeah, that was a smooth run right there for Brenda. I think that she's probably in the conversation for top 12 on the women's side, which is going to race the rail. So that's exciting if you're Brenda. But Rachel Payne moving on. Let's kick it down to Jeff and hear what they got to say.
Oh shoot! I gotta switch up the interview and to the other side, I think. All right, here we are with Brenda and Rachel. Brenda, the other half of Wheel Femme stuff with Allie. How did that feel racing against the legendary Rachel Payne, half of the Dirt Surfers crew out there?
It's awesome. I love a good chase. It makes me faster. Every time I ride with her, I feel like I get better. So love it.
Great to hear. Rachel, how's this course feeling?
The course feels great. It's nice and smooth. There are some ruts in there we got to watch out for, so you can't get too comfortable, but it's nice.
Ruts and chunk, that is your specialty, being as your favorite place to ride out in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, where they hold Dirt Surfers. Great event. Don't miss it next year. For sure, be there.
Sweet. Yes, be there. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, ladies. Good work. Good racing. Rachel, we'll see you on the next round, all right? All right, later, Brenda. Oh, back to you guys.
Well, on the women's side, we know going forward we have what I am dubbing the Big Four. We have Mercedes and Allie on the top side of the bracket. That's going to be an absolute barn burner, Adam. And then we have Gabby and Rachel on the bottom side of that bracket. And we'll see if young Gabby can dethrone Rachel Payne. But those are probably the 4 riders that we expected to be here. They are here, and now we'll see how it shakes out. It's going to be exciting.
Absolutely, Jack. We are at the part of the programming where the doors have fallen off.
The doors have fallen off.
Riders are, we're going into the next phases of this race after the men's, and it's going to start getting faster.
So we have
faster.
at the top, we have Austin and Sam lap 2. Sam, this is probably the biggest upset of what we've seen so far. Sam edged out Austin by a second. Austin needed to make up time.
I think right away at that front you could see where Austin's mind is at.
Business.
He has to. He has to, absolutely.
No one can afford a slip up though.
No.
Literally a slip up is
And Austin will have to go through the chatterbox after this outside berm. So we'll see if that trips him up.
It's neck and neck. It's like he didn't even go over it somehow.
Right now, he has to get flawless S-turn right here.
Sam
is right on his tail.
It might come down to time.
Oh, my gosh.
This is what it's all about.
Austin needs to go pedal to the metal right here, Jack. He needs to.
Both of these riders.
If he wants to go, he's. Oh my gosh.
Oh! Wow. That's gonna go to the timer.
Jack, that is to the timer because
that
gosh was close, but I can't recall the lap.
We don't know right now if what Austin just put down is good enough to take him to the next round. Jeff, let's kick it down to you. Great racing all the way around.
All right, we're here with Sam and Austin. That was maybe the craziest finish that we've seen so far. Austin, I think you took that one, but do you think it was enough to edge out Sam from the last run where he just narrowly beat you?
No, I think Sam got it.
I think Sam got it. Sam, what do you think?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. I think we'll have to go to the official scoreboards to find out. But, Sam, your nose dipping across the finish line right there was like one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
So scary. I thought I was going to eat it.
Full speed nose dive. Those can be treacherous out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, anyways, boys, good racing out there. Good work. Love to see it. And whichever one of you makes it on, we'll see you next round. Back to you, Laser and Jack.
So, Jack, this is exciting. I mean, we cannot confirm the result of the outcoming of that, but like,
it seems like Sam's moving on.
Potentially, Austin feels that way, but it was tight.
I
both
don't
races.
recall the timing on the first race, but that second race was neck and neck.
Sam put on the rockets right there. He just came. Boom, boom. Like that's usually Austin's forte is just being able to gas it. But Sam just went, he's like, no, you're not getting away from me.
What a statement. I mean, I think that Austin's going to get to race the rail. Yeah, he's the #1 ranked rider in the world right now. He's going to get there one way or another. But if you're Sam right now, that's a huge statement. That is a huge statement for Sam. Trying to stamp his ticket today.
Dude, I'm awaiting those results. We might have unofficial Sam moving on, but I'm.
Yeah, we will circle back on that. But in the meantime, we have Jeff Adair and Bodie Harrison. The time differential is 5 seconds here in the favor of Jeff Adair.
Yeah, 5 seconds is not as bad as I expected from the fall that Bodie took.
And let's see here how these guys play it. I saw Jeff flying today and taking a couple big spills.
Bodie took that berm a little bit too hard, but he's coming back.
Coming out in front, though. He's got the chunky side.
Yep. He's going to have to deal with the chatterbox.
Let's see how Jeff does his little pivot.
Okay.
Smooth for Bodie right there.
Now, this is just, if I'm Jeff, I'm going, stay on your board, brother.
Yeah.
Bodie a little bit behind, but he's going to have the inside line, and he knows.
Jeff almost lost it.
So this is it. Bodie has to Jeff needs to get off his board if Bodie.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I think Jeff got it.
Props to Jeff right here.
Holy
He
smokes.
could have just mailed it in, knowing he has a little time cushion right there,
dude.
But he's trying to win each heat. I respect that. And good for, that's a great lap there for both these guys.
Both riders.
Got to hold your head high there.
Awesome.
Man. Oh, my goodness.
Whew. Jack, that is, Jeff Adair is on a tear.
Jeff Adair's
on a tear, man.
And Bodie's gonna be there. You know, Bodie's gonna be there in the end. Let's kick it down to Jeff and see what happened there.
Bodie, congrats on the dub on that run. Barely squeaked by Jeff. Jeff, you went down gnarly on that one. Do you think it was enough? I don't think it was enough.
I think it was. I think Jeff took the win on that one, man, and I'm super stoked because, like it's been said before, Jeff's a new guy on the scene, and you know, we can make this race about me or we can make it about one-wheeling, and it's beautiful that you're out here, dude, and you're doing it, and like what me and Jeff and all these people are working for, you're an example of that. And to be defeated by somebody that's new on the scene, being one of the old guys, is super special, and it warms my heart. Super stoked to be out here, guys. I'm gonna grab my camera and I'm gonna start doing some filming. Great job, my brother.
Jeff, congratulations, my dude. You did it. Now, I don't want to call you a rookie, but you are new on the scene, man. How does it feel to take down the Bodie Harrison over there, the legendary Bodhisattva?
Dude, I'm a lack of words right now because I swear I did not see that outcome. I was going to give it my all, have fun with it, and whatever happened, be cool with it. But now that this has happened, oh my God, it's so inspiring. Really appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, a lot to you too, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man. We're happy to have you in the community, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll go get him. You got another round to prepare for, so good luck.
Let's get it.
It's only going to get gnarlier from here. You got it, baby. Stay fast.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jack Laser, kicking it back to you.
Huge congratulations to Jeff Adair for moving on. It's just
first season, coming into the season unranked, and just has risen up the charts, proving that he belongs here. I think that's not the last we'll see of Bodie.
No,
always an excellent. I mean, always an excellent example of sportsmanship from Bodie Harrison. Love to see that. And yeah, just excited for Jeff. Let's see if Jeff can stamp a ticket to the Race to the Rail here and now. Get it over with.
Already things are getting shaken up at the Western Regional Qualifiers here in San Jose, California at the Lake Cunningham Action Sports Park. We have mountain bike jumps. We got a skate park here. It's sick. It's hot.
And we have Neil Bennett and Thor Callahan, and the time differential is 1 second in Neil's favor. So Thor needs to make up 1 second, and he got a nice little start right there.
Yep.
Thor in red, Neil in black. This is the lap that I was watching Neil lace earlier.
There,
oh
Neil with a solid foot of air right there.
Making up that's gorgeous.
Neil's knowing that he just needs to keep Thor on a little like leash and just not let him get too far away.
A second's not much.
Okay, Thor having to deal with the chatterbox off the board.
That's the same spot.
Yep.
The same spot.
Came out of that a little bit too far over his nose and lost his balance down into the ground. It's also slick out here, so if you try to throttle too hard, that'll happen. But he got right back up.
Yeah, that was quick for Thor.
Wow.
Neil just needs to run this cleanly.
Neil just needs a clean finish.
These guys still flying over the bottom section. Neil Bennett will be moving on. My bracket's intact, but a good showing for Thor. I mean, what you know there when you watch a clean run like that first lap that they had is that Thor and Neil on a good day are neck and neck, right?
Oh, 100%. And let's send it down to Jeff, who's got Neil and Thor.
Thor, come on over here, man. Here, you could even just jump on that side. I don't know where. I don't even know what to do with my hands right now.
I don't know, dude. What do we do?
Thor, crazy race, my guy. What happened on that one?
Oh, dude, I'm not used to the nose level compared to the XR. Just put it a little bit too low and grinded around that corner, and it cost me. But
you just caught that friction, lost the momentum.
Yep, everything, exactly that. So maybe next time.
Hey, but you couldn't have picked a cooler dude to take the L to. Neil Bennett. Thank you. Oh my God, you were going so fast, so perfect on that one. It looked like you had zero mistakes.
I don't know. I heard Thor go down in the chop, and it kind of processing the rest of the way down. You know, I was rooting for him too. We're buddies.
You're rooting for Thor. He's your opponent right now.
I'll see him at Race for the Rail.
Yeah. That's the nice part about it. Everyone out here is friends. Great sportsmanship. You love to see it. Neil, I'm excited to see you move on in the next round. I'm excited to see you punch that ticket to Race for the Rail, baby.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Good luck. Good one, buddy. Check you. Back to you, guys.
Epic little bracket there, and we're getting into the one that I'm almost most excited to see, Adam. I think we got Kyle Hansen and Tyler James up next. Do you know the time differential on this one?
I believe it is a 1/10 of a second, Jack.
Either a 10th or 100th.
Kyle.
We're not sure, but
at a 1/10 of a second.
Yeah. It actually might.
I don't even know what that is. 10 measurement.
The screen here says Kyle has 10 hundredths.
Oh, 10 hundredths.
Yeah, I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah,
but
give me
10
false
hundredths. I don't even know.
That
The
might
snap
be
of the fingers.
That I don't know if you like. It depends on the speed you're going and the mathematics into that. But I'd say that's less than a.
It's a whisper.
Yeah,
it's an absolute whisper. So this is gonna be a fun one. These guys are friends. These guys ride together all the time. They have fun every time they're out here on the course, which I absolutely love to see.
Kyle has been extremely consistent throughout this race season. And, I mean, he's been the top 1 and 2 on the rankings board pretty much the entire season. But we are looking at the reigning men's race for the rail
champ. Tyler. That's right.
So this is quite the race we have going into the second round of races. And like you said, Jack, it's going to be an excited one.
That's right. Now, Kyle and Tyler actually will be at Race the Rail because they finished 1 and 2. So top 2 automatically get to show up next year. Here we see Kyle in the white helmet and Tyler in the black helmet at the top. So both these guys have a spot, but they want this. It's not even about that.
Oh, they want it. I think I heard them earlier talking about, like, they communicate with each other on the course.
Oh, yeah.
I believe when Tyler won Race for the Rail, Kyle fell off his board and was like, go, go, go. Yeah. So they're homies on and off. And this is probably one of the more entertaining races today.
And they are off. Literally, whoever crosses the finish line first, probably moving on to the next round.
Unless it's like
flying.
last one.
Oh my God! Somehow Tyler pulled that out.
Yeah, how did he stay on that?
Kyle's got a bit of a lead, but he's got the washboard section here.
Tyler getting a little slippery. Yeah, he's got the chatterbox coming up. Laces it. Classic.
Somehow these guys are both have that sort of cat. Like Tyler's all over the place.
It's that
in his
surf.
lap,
It's that surf.
Somehow
skate
just stays over the
flow.
board. Let's see if he can just mash it.
Oh my gosh!
Both of these guys.
Kyle coming out of the straightaway, but I mean,
Kyle a little bit ahead.
Oh,
Tyler.
Oh
my gosh!
Wow, that was
just competitive one-wheel riding. Kyle edges out Tyler there, but a big hug.
That is that's a beautiful thing to see and quite mesmerizing because they're just like so smooth.
Yeah.
Through that last section.
Oh my gosh!
Congrats to Kyle and Tyler for putting up quite the fight.
There's some epic one-wheel power couples out there, and I'd have to say Kyle and Tyler, although not formally a couple, I just like
a duo.
They're fun to watch out here every time. Let's kick it down to Jeff and to Kyle.
Downhill slope, so I'm just like, hey guys, yeah. I might have to switch it up. Oh, we're live. Kyle. Wheel. You made that look wheel fun, my guy.
Yeah, I made that look wheelie fun, you know what I mean? That's all I had to do is go smooth. Yes.
That's it. So, Race for the Rail 2021, you and Tyler head-to-head for the finals. Tyler ended up winning it. Yep. You lost it. You cheered him on to the victory.
Absolutely.
But today's a new day.
Today is a new day. Today is a destiny day. First champion, he's no longer, well, he's still champion, but we are now the champion together, kind of.
So Kyle, a man of many words, you are one of my favorite people to follow on the internet because you're so ridiculous and I love it. Where can the people find you on the internet so the folks at home know?
Wheel fun stuff. Just search it everywhere because you're going to find some wheel fun stuff. It makes sense right there. Wheelie fun stuff, yay!
That's it. Now my wheel fun joke makes sense now from the beginning. So anyway, good job. Go get him on the next round, Kyle. You're killing it. Jack Laser, firing back to you, boys. Pop, 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 pop.
Infectious energy down there.
That is amazing energy, and so stoked to see Kyle moving on to the next round. Tyler putting up a good fight, but he still gets to move on to Race for the Rail, so he's just having a good time. But great to watch him race.
You love to see clean laps. You love to see people be able to go head to head and duke it out like that. And for both of those guys to go lay down top level one wheel riding laps, like that's what you pay to see here, folks. Of course, this broadcast is completely free, but I would have paid a couple bucks to watch that. Absolutely.
Heck yeah. Maybe $5.
So Let's take a look here at the women's side. We're going to kick it into the second round on the women's side. They might be pulling that up on the screen, but I do have it in front of me here as well. So we have Mercedes, the 1 seed, going up against Gabby, the 4 seed. I misannounced this earlier. So we have Mercedes as the top seed going up against Gabby, who's the lowest seed remaining, which makes a lot of sense, actually, now that I see it. And we have Allison Stanley as the 3rd seed and Rachel Payne. That's going to be super competitive.
Yeah, we are getting, like I said, we're getting into the part of the program where we're seeing the top riders. A couple upsets so far, mostly on the men's side, but Mercedes versus Gabby. I'm really curious to see the outcome of this. Obviously, Mercedes being the favorite, you kind of just want to mail it in for her, but as we just saw, still haven't gotten 100% confirmation, but potentially Austin Silva out of it.
On the other side,
yeah.
It does sound like that.
Then Allie against Rachel Payne, which is
that's a coin flip. Who you got in that? Who you got in that bracket?
I picked Allie for going all the way, so I'm going to stick with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rachel Payne. I feel like, based on what I've seen, how she's riding, I think we're not talking about her enough. Rachel Payne looked super smooth and super fast. I actually am going to pick Rachel Payne in that side of the bracket. I just like what I'm seeing from her.
100%.
Allie is super fast as well and just has that like little Tasmanian devil energy, you know. But I think I'm going to go Rachel Payne there. We'll see. Friendly wager, I'll bet you $1.
Oh, dude, okay.
It's official.
Or Cliff Bar.
One Cliff Bar.
I would say, for Rachel Payne, she's a really amazing technical rider. So a course that's smooth and has a couple chatter bumps in here, I'm sure it doesn't trip her up too much.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Mercedes and Gabby at the top. I think Mercedes is the favorite here, but again, this is an opportunity for Gabby.
Huge opportunity. I mean, this going up against who is now the leading women's racer, it's the opportunity to show that you are a top dog. I mean, Gabby is a top dog. As we talked about the top 4 on the women's side, here's a chance to make a statement for Gabby.
I think Rachel Cecil not at this event. She'll probably be at the Eastern Regionals, I would assume. I think she's in that top 4.
Correct.
Gabby on the doorstep, trying to bust through the door, and this is a huge opportunity. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's what we're gonna see right here.
Seeing a little wind starting to come into play. I wonder if that affects the riders at all, especially being on how back and forth you are on your toe to heel side. Sorry.
Toe to heel side.
Yeah.
And they are off. We have Mercedes in the lane on the right, Gabby in the blue helmet on the left, neck and neck in the top section.
Mercedes looking like she's got a little bit of a lead.
And Gabby's going to have to
coming
deal
out
with the
on the tabletop.
section.
That is correct. The chatter box is what Gabby will have to go through.
Mercedes a little higher on that burn than
Yeah.
we've seen before.
Keeping it clean because she knows that
They've all ran both sides now. So, yeah, you got to think, like, everyone's aware that they got to lace that section.
Here we go.
Mercedes seems like she's out to a bit of a lead on the straightaway here.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of time gap she can put out here. Give herself some cushion. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. About 3-second lead, according to my count there for Mercedes Silva, the number 1 seed. That's not insurmountable.
No, that's certainly enough to still reel it in if you're Gabby.
Absolutely.
Especially as we've seen, a little slip up can cost you anywhere from 3 to 5 plus.
This is a ball
seconds.
game. This is a ball game. Let's kick it down to Jeff at the bottom with Mercedes Silva.
Yeah, you had your heart rate popping before you even started. So, Mercedes, I saw you up top there. It's 100,000 degrees out today, and you're doing jumping jacks before the start. What is going through your head?
You got to get the blood pumping before you can go down there. The heart got you got to get it going.
Well, whatever you're doing, it is definitely working. So tell me a little bit and tell the people at home a little bit about your training regimen for the last few weeks, what you and Austin have been up to.
We've been hitting the underground, one-wheel underground on Strava. We've probably hit about 40 to 50 segments or so already, and you just don't stop. If you don't stop, you keep going fast, that's how you win.
Crazy. All across America, all these different states, living out of the car, living to one wheel. It's amazing what you're doing, and you are crushing it right now, and it's showing. So
just us and the pups.
That's it. Good work. Shout out to your pups. All right, back to you guys. We'll see you here for the next round.
Wow.
Yeah. She's right now. She's the
captain of the ship, I would say.
She's the captain of the ship right now.
But
Gabby's
there's a lot of other people that want to be captain, Jack.
Gabby's within striking distance with about 3 seconds behind. Gabby is well within striking distance on lap number 2. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, here's the side bet we got. Allie and Rachel Payne at the top of the hill right now. Rachel Payne on the right, Allie on the left.
Can we change our wager to like a couple chocolate bars or something? Or a chocolate bar?
Whatever you want to bet, I'll bet you. I got Rachel Payne.
All right.
Rachel Payne on the right, Allie on the left.
Look how much fun they're just having. That's what is so great. It's not like laser focused, but they're just chilling, vibing. Here we go in the race stance. Off.
And they are off. Looks like Allie has a nice start there.
Down the barrel into the first berm.
Just flowing. Ooh. Both of these women are absolutely crushing it. Eye of the tiger, super focused. Rachel Payne
onto the tabletop first. She's going to have to deal with the chatterbox, Jack.
That's right. We'll see how Allie does this heel side. Yeah, a little slower on the heel side turn there. Onto the tabletop. Next tabletop.
Ooh, Allie getting a little loose there.
Over her.
But still not too far behind. A fall could change everything.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty tight here. Looks like Rachel Payne is going to have a second, maybe, but it's pretty tight.
Allie coming in with some speed. But
yeah, that's a great first heat for both of those ladies. It's going to come down to heat 2 right there with Rachel Payne finishing about a second in front of Allie. This is exactly what we expected. A well-raced first heat, and it's going to come down to the second one for those two, for the second and third seeded.
Yeah, I think that's the nice thing about this format is that it's not just one and done. You kind of get a second bite, you know?
Yeah, 2 bites.
2 bites, and if you're lucky, you could get the whole cake.
That's right, one bite at a time. I'm in a good position here with Rachel Payne, up a second.
I owe you a chocolate bar.
Not yet. It's too soon. It's too soon to
actually,
call it.
Sorry.
But Rachel looks, she's generally racing on the East Coast. I think she's out of Texas. Obviously, in
that's
charge
central.
of the Dirt Surfer
That's the central
event with Nick. Sure. But I think she lives in Texas. So we don't see her quite as much as Allie. I feel like I see Allie race more. And just watching Rachel here today, it's a reminder that she's just really calm on that board and really, how some people kind of have like a lot of arm and a lot of action,
a lot of movement.
Rachel's really tucked and just really.
I think that comes from being able to ride on a lot of technical features, like we often refer to it as chunk or very rocky, and like it's not downhill, but you have to be able to maneuver your board and be extremely agile. And that's one of Rachel Payne's, that's her riding style. So I think a smooth course like this, she's feeling pretty comfortable.
So we're getting a note here that Mercedes Silva has a 4-second lead in her heat over Gabby. We don't know what Rachel's lead over Allie is, but
that means it's still up in the air, I would say, for both of those races.
Still up in the air. What's not up in the air anymore is the fact that Send It Sam out of Arizona did accomplish the biggest upset of the day.
Yes, 100%. I don't think a lot of people would have seen that coming, but you did actually say, Jack, Sam's fast, and since he's new, we just haven't seen
really what he's
one of
fully
the
capable
new
of.
faces here on the scene, which is so exciting. It's like a new youth movement here in one wheel world. You know, Sam not just a racer, but obviously doing huge airs and stuff too.
As with Jeff though, a new racer as well. So
That's
this is exciting
good point.
round right here. We have what I would say 2 ORL rookies, so to say, maybe, and they're mixing it up for sure. Okay, Jeff.
Flying. Sam down. Sam down.
Jeff is just not even paying attention. Not even paying attention. Sam back on his board. Right back on his board. Jeff, though, I think he went a little high on that berm, but he's got a very sizable lead right now. Sam is still not through the snake. There he is. But Jeff, if he's seeing Sam right now, he's going, okay, I just need to keep it going. Jeff coming in with, wow, really sizable lead. I mean, wow. Talk about send it, Sam. He might have had a big gap there, but he just showed that those little features don't trip him up too much. It's just when you're putting the pedal to the metal, Jack.
I think if you're Sam, you're bummed you fell, but you're playing with house money right now. Already beating Austin the first round. Like you can't go home today with anything but feeling proud, you know.
Exactly.
And he's got one more lap here, but let's kick it down to Jeff here, talking about this last race.
All right, so, hey, just so everyone's clear at home, we're all on a slope right now. That's why the heights keep varying.
Dude, I was tall as hell. I'm tall as hell now. Don't tell him that.
I'm just going to start down here from now on. Anyway, crazy race. Boys, Sam, what happened? You went down up top.
Yeah, I just got a little bumpy. Went on the wrong line, but it's fine.
It happens. I'll tell you what, though, coming across the finish line right here, this second bump, dude, you caught hang time.
Yeah, it was mad air, yeah. I was lucky I didn't fall. Yeah.
That's right. They don't call it send him Sam for nothing. Jeff, again, fully dominating out there, my guy. What do you think?
Man, just trying to stay consistent, have clean runs, and just put my best foot forward.
Well, it's working for you. So what's your strategy on the next run? Because you got one more run to go.
Man, I think I'm just going to try to keep it clean and press it a little bit just so I know Sam's going to be coming for me. So, yeah.
All right, Sam, you got to gun it, baby. Full speed.
Yep. That's going to gun it. Yep.
All gas, no brakes. Let's go. Back to you guys.
That's the mentality.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's the
Or
mentality.
shall we say all current, no brakes.
Yeah.
All electrons,
okay.
no
Yeah,
brakes.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Jeff Adair, smooth laps all day so far from Jeff.
He had a couple moments I saw there, but he was just so far in the lead that, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
And Sam, I mean, you know, this is the first rider that's had a slip up on the early portion of the course, but I think he's obviously here with a winning mentality. He's not trying to you know, tamper the speed at all. He's flying, so that'll happen. This is a killer bracket right here.
This is an insane race.
Who you got in this one?
Oh gosh, I'm going with Neil. I love Kyle, but I know, like I said, Neil's a hungry man, but
they are off. Kyle, probably the favorite, ranked number 2 in the world.
Number 2, and he's like a cat, dude.
Neil,
Kyle
somehow stays on the board.
Yeah, Neil's keeping
Both
him
these
in
guys
distance.
are flying right now.
I think if I'm Neil, I need to figure out, you know, what I'm going to do if Kyle, you know, if Kyle wins.
Kyle
it's just
is
like
fast and stays on
dude,
the
it's just like
Kyle's hard.
He
to
looks like
beat.
he's gonna fall at times, but he keeps it
He's
going.
holding
Dude, he's
a
got a
push.
plan. What is he doing? He's got a tumbleweed in his hand.
I love how.
Oh, Neil airing down, but that's a close heat, Jack. That's a close heat.
Wow. Love that.
Neil not out of it.
Love
Kyle
that.
coming out with a souvenir.
Kyle's got that. Maybe we can find out. I totally missed that. How did he get that?
I think he went either wide or tight on the berm and maybe grabbed it for some stability. I don't know if there's a rule against using a plant for balance.
What you got down there, Kyle?
But I'm down with it.
Let's kick it over to Jeff.
That is sagebrush. Hey, Kyle, is it okay if I pet him?
Yes.
Oh, he bit me.
Yeah, he's a little nippy sometimes, you know, a little bit.
All right, so I wasn't paying attention. I was shotgunning Red Bulls over here. What happened? How did you end up with this?
Well, he just decided to crawl out on the course, you know, and that's a little unsafe for him. So I wanted to, you know, like really like have his safety in mind. So I just, you know, had to pull him off the course.
Course maintenance and still manages to pull ahead and win the race. You are blowing my mind, my friend. You're the ultimate multitasker right now.
You know, I couldn't be there. Had to be gone.
So my question is, are you going to keep him for the second race?
I know he's acting up a little bit, keeps biting me, you know, and I think I'm gonna have to put him away.
That's smart. He's looking a little sleepy. You better put him to bed.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to go to bed.
All right, Kyle. Well, stoked to watch you and Neil battle it out for the second one. You barely snuck by him on this one. You gonna get him on the next one?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him hard.
You heard it here first. Kyle's gonna get him hard. Back to you, boys.
I'm actually getting word that Kyle Hansen can take that bush home with him today.
Wow.
At the end of the race.
What a souvenir here to take home. I don't know, if your top souvenir is the trophy, that's the second best.
The old Western Regional bush, you know, up for grabs apparently. Kyle, they're doing some course maintenance. That was an entertaining lap and neck and neck, and I think very much still up in the air. Let's see if Neil can make up. I mean, that's a fraction of a second.
I think Neil is going to go.
Here's the thing, though.
Wild.
Here's the thing. Neil was in the side of the course that I saw him crushing earlier. So next lap, he's on the side of the course that I'm sure he'll also crush, but
we haven't.
He's got that far side. He's got the chatterbox.
Yeah, we don't have the visual data to be able to make a proper hypothesis on what his route will be on that chatterbox. But Jack, I'm telling you, the way that Neil rides, he's gonna be going. Kyle's
but
gonna
the way
be
Kyle rides, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Kyle is that just the entire time you're thinking there's no way he's staying on his board, and then he just gets to the bottom and just has a smile and a plant.
And a bush.
What is going on? What?
That's epic.
Classic ORL right there.
Dude.
From Kyle Hansen. You absolutely love to see it. The sport is richer because of people like that.
And just having such a good time, not taking it too seriously, and, you know, just providing some entertainment for all of us here that are paying attention to this beautiful moment in time in San Jose, California.
Absolutely. We are waiting on timing results, but right there, Kyle nudging out Neil ever so slightly. And on the other side, Jeff getting the better of Sam. Sam with a fall, which is going to put him back. Right here we have the back half of Mercedes Silva and Gabby Soto bracket. Gabby needs to make up 4 seconds to move on and upset Mercedes, the #1 ranked rider in the world.
Here we go, Jack.
They're off. Let's see what Gabby's got.
Down the barrel. Mercedes is just off. She's not playing games right now.
She's just got a stance that's very it's like vintage, like you see it and you know it. It's Mercedes Silva. Gabby up.
Here we go, going into the chatterbox. She got to keep it clean through here because Gabby's not too far behind.
Wow, nice.
Nice. Great ankle mobility and stability. Gabby coming through, cleaning that section onto the second tabletop with Mercedes already leading in to the second S. Here we go. Final straightaway, Jack.
Mercedes got to stay on her board here.
She's got to stay on her board, but
she will be going to the finals.
Fast.
Our #1 ranked women's rider moving along. Gabby, a great showing for Gabby here.
I mean, she went up against the best, and I think she did phenomenal.
Yeah.
What a performance by Gabby.
Big hug there.
Yeah.
But congrats to Mercedes. She will be moving on to the finals. You know, the best riders deliver in the biggest moments, and that's what Mercedes Silva did. Let's kick it down to Jeff.
All right, y'all, we got the helicopter flying overhead, so I don't know if you can hear us right now, but I'm here with Gabby and Mercedes. Just finished the race. Gabby, how'd the race go for you?
Pretty good. I mean, this girl's fast, so.
Yeah, you ain't kidding on that one.
Yep, but hey, I love racing people that are super fast. It definitely pushes me, so.
Mercedes absolutely dominating. You have punched yourself a ticket into finals. How did that race feel for you?
Pretty intense. It just feels like she is right on my tail the whole time, and you're just like, all right, gotta go faster, gotta go faster.
Well, I'll tell you what, that #1 jersey right there, I don't know if this is a premonition or a sign, but I don't know. I got a feeling your finals are going to be tough, though. You're going to have some heavy hitters.
Yep. Oh my God, so rough. Either Allie or Rachel, ooh, they were neck and neck last time. Practiced with them a little bit. It's so close. It's crazy.
All right, I got to ask you to pick a favorite, though. Who are you rooting for, Allie or Rachel on this next round?
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh, Rachel.
Rachel, she's hoping to race Rachel. You want a challenge on this one. Rachel won Dirt Surfers earlier in this year. She is fast as heck. She is a veteran, so that could be a fun one. We'll see.
I'm so stoked for either person. It's going to be amazing.
All right, ladies. Well, it's great seeing you race. That was super fun. Mercedes, I'll see you next round. Gabby, I'll check you later. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thanks, Jeff.
Well, Mercedes punching her ticket to the finals. Now it's just a question of who will meet her there. Is it Rachel Payne or is it Allie Stanley?
You know, I overheard that, and it sounds like Mercedes hoping that she races Rachel Payne. And
Interesting.
As you mentioned, Jack, we are not talking enough about Rachel Payne, who won Dirt Surfers earlier this year. You know, that is what I would consider one of the harder one-wheel races to win, because those trails and that course and all those courses are insane. It takes so much technical skill, and I think it's just that would be an amazing race. But I'm still sticking to Allie. Anything could happen here.
We don't know the time differential at this moment, but Rachel has Allie by a hair, so Allie needs to make up. Allie needs to come in first here. That's what we know. And the question is by how much? Probably about a second.
Probably a second, but this is where smooth is fast turns into
fast is needed.
Fast is needed.
And they're off. Both riders looking good.
Allie down the barrel first, coming into the first. Let's see who hits. Oh, Rachel Payne coming back up.
Both flying. Both women are flying around this course here.
Allie onto the tabletop first.
But she's got to deal with the little washboard section here.
She's going to have to deal with the chatterbox.
Rachel
Payne on
side
the tighter side of the track.
Allie crushes that.
Oh my
nice
gosh.
job, Allie. Up and down. This is going to be a tight one, folks.
Wow.
Allie's got the inside track here.
Inside
Rachel's
track.
Out. Oh, my gosh,
man.
the board goes down for Allie.
But she's back up. But Rachel Payne just needs to stay on.
Looking calm and in control, and Rachel Payne
There
will
it
be
is.
racing Mercedes Silva in the finals on the women's side.
You know, that was close, leading all the way up to that little slip up from Allie, and
great racing.
I was totally expecting that to be a neck and neck finish.
Great racing right there.
Amazing
from both
racing.
riders. Big hug. Love to see that. Whew. We'll see them both at Race to the Rail. That's that much we can pretty much guarantee you. Let's kick it down to Jeff with both of these ladies who did a wonderful job.
Head out early so y'all can get
Oh, no, we're live now. We're live. Let's go.
Dude, we were neck and neck. I really thought I had her. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I had her in the first half, but you know, it didn't happen. There's this one berm that's been getting both of us.
Yes.
But I never actually fell on it till just now, and Rachel deserves it. So.
Dude, you got it so quick. I was scared. I was like, oh shit, she's coming up on me right now.
Dude, I was like, it'd be an honor to beat Rachel on. It's like those R names are kind of killing it right now. All the R names.
All the R names are crushing it right now.
I'm gonna let y'all have y'all's little interview, okay?
Hey, good news. You lost to the best, though, right?
I know, dude, literally.
There you go.
I'm a good loser. I'm okay.
That was awesome, Allie.
Rachel Payne, congratulations. You did it. First Dirt Surfers. Now you're here in the finals. Check this out. I just interviewed Mercedes. Asked her who she wanted to race in the finals. What do you think she said?
Rachel Payne.
She said Rachel Payne. She loves a challenge. She wanted to race the best.
That is awesome. I love Mercedes, and I can't wait to go head-to-head with her right now.
This is going to be a fun one. You've never had a chance to race Mercedes head-to-head, right?
No, we've been practicing together, but it's not head-to-head in a real race, so here we go.
Oh, this is exciting to see. We got two one-wheel power couples racing each other right now.
Yeah, I'm ready. The adrenaline's pumping. Let's go.
All right, we'll keep that energy up. We'll see you in the finals. Later.
Well, Jack, I think we're almost ready for the guys up there, but whew, this is going to be an insane finals round on the women's side.
1 and 2.
1 and 2,
Right.
sticking true.
1 and 2. Yeah, this is. I mean, this is again. This is why you pay the big bucks to watch this programming. One Wheel Racing League, the coolest thing that got invented sports-wise in the last 5 years, I'd say. How fun is this? This is incredibly fun.
It's a blast.
I feel fortunate to be able to watch
and
all of these talented riders blast down this hill and do their best, and it's a great time. And yeah, okay, who you got in the finals? Mercedes and Rachel.
Dude, I need to roll the dice on that. Like, I'm going Rachel. I was going to say Rachel because I want to go against the favorite, but I'll stick to Mercedes. I mean, she's crushing it.
We rode in Santa Cruz with Austin and Mercedes earlier this year, and this is sort of before racing season. Mercedes was not ranked, didn't race last year, had some injuries, and we both, after riding some trails in Santa Cruz, were like, Mercedes is insanely fast.
She is the force to be reckoned with.
Oh my gosh. Here we got Jeff Adair and Sam. Sam went down the first time, needs to make up time.
A little bit too hot on the
Let's
throttle.
see if Jeff puts down a clean race. He absolutely needs to because Sam's not going to let up. Sam.
So smooth through this first zone, Jack. Both of them.
Yep. Sam out in front. Sam's proved today that if he puts down a good lap, he can beat anybody. And right now, that's what we're seeing.
You're absolutely correct on that. And here he goes through the chatterbox like it's nothing. We've seen this dude drop 8-foot, ledges on his one wheel. He's all over this course now.
This feels like the fastest time we've seen.
That just happened really quick.
I feel like I blinked and this thing's almost over. Sam puts down. I'm curious what that time was.
That's a sizable gap.
That was a little bit of a statement run.
That was a sizable gap.
I think Jeff Adair is going to be moving on because Sam took a spill, but that's Sam saying, I am here to party and I'm not afraid of anybody.
That's a statement to be had. I still don't, I don't believe until we have the official results we can call anything, but true.
Yeah.
Sam is just like
an awesome showing from two fresh faces. Let's kick it down to Jeff to recap that.
Sam. Yeah. Jeff. Sir. That was a wild one, man. It is a fun day of one-wheel racing today. I got to tell you, Sam, congrats on the dub on that one. Do you think it was enough to make up for the L on the last one?
I have no clue. I was pretty behind on the last one, so if I do, it's going to be super close.
It's going to be super close. Jeff, what do you think?
Hey, likewise, man. We're going to have to go to the times on that one.
Yeah. Definitely going to have to go to the judges on this one.
Yes, sir.
I don't know either.
Congrats, Sam.
Thank you.
That one.
Yeah, you too.
Killed both of them.
Yeah.
Either way, we got another race coming up. Who do you think is going to be in the finals? That's the question.
Yeah,
we're here at San Francisco from Sam's dad. What do you think? Who do you think is going to make finals?
Well, I'm going for either Neil or Kyle. Let's go with me and Kyle.
All right, Kyle it is. 2 votes for Kyle. I guess I'm voting for Neil. Just because you got it. You got it. Either way, good racing, boys. Absolutely. It's fun to see you out there throwing your meat down that mountain there. Mm-hmm. Wild stuff. Back to you boys in the booth. Let's get it.
Awesome performance there from 2 new faces. We have Neil Bennett and Kyle Hansen at the top right now. That race came down to a fraction of a second last time. Excited to see.
I think this is going to be a very fast race right now.
I'm excited to see this. I had Neil, you had Kyle. Is that right?
Yeah, you stole Neil from me, but it's okay.
Okay. I mean, I'd take Kyle if it's available right now.
Well, I guess we have to talk about trade options, but either one, you can't go wrong. A little bit change of vibe at the top. Very serious right now because both of these men know that they are going to have to go as fast as they can and stay on their board to win.
Here we
Neil right off down the barrel with the boosters. No doubt, yeah, airing into that.
Wow.
Kyle's
Neil,
like, oh, I got to keep reeling you in.
lucky to be
Neil
on his board
going.
still.
Yeah. Onto the tabletop first. A little squirrely up there for Neil. But Kyle not too far behind. Neil has to deal with the chatterbox. Kyle has the tight turn.
Both handling it
Wow.
masterfully well.
Jack, this is
this is gonna come down to who does not slip up and who puts on the jets.
Neil is pushing it to the max. I could see it right now in his riding.
Come on.
Oh my
come
gosh.
on, boys.
This is it. This is send it as hard as you can. Jack,
I don't know.
If I'm going, I think Neil might have it, but
It's gonna be.
it was
close.
so tight last time.
It's
I
tight.
cannot
Both
confirm
races, Both races were incredibly
Holy
tight. Kyle did
smokes.
take the first one, yeah? Kyle took the first race. I'm fairly confident. I think Neil needed to make up a... Oh, I'm getting word that Neil took the first race. We might have Neil moving on. We'll get an official word on this, but that was incredibly tight. And, wow. Both of these gentlemen putting on a show. Let's kick it down to Jeff down there. Maybe provide some clarity. Who knows what happened?
That was a crazy one. Neck and neck. Both races, 1-2, and then a surprise 2-1. Kyle, I see you got rid of the bush on this one. You raced full Brazilian. Do you think that helped or hurt your performance?
Yeah, you knew without him in there, I had that full airstream, that full, like just brushing through there like nothing. Without the brush, just a nice slice through the air. Yeah, that was sweet.
Smart, smart. Neil, congrats on the dub on that one. You snuck by him. It was a crazy race. You guys were all gassed the whole entire time.
He's so close. Yeah, this is a dream race. Kyle's so fun to race. We're chit-chatting, we're tap dancing, trying to stay on. It's so fun.
Yeah, dude, my foot almost.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, my foot almost came off right back here at the end. This guy he was in front of me pretty much the whole time, and I'm just like, Jesus, he's going so fast. I can't keep up.
We've never raced head-to-head, so that was...
Oh, this is first time.
First time, baby.
Hey.
Many more.
Well, you boys made it look plenty good for your first time, I'll tell you that much.
Thank you.
Good work, y'all. Super excited to see whichever one of you ends up in finals, because we don't know until we get to the official times.
True.
We don't really know, so we'll find out. But either way, good racing, boys. I'm proud of you both.
Hell yeah.
You guys both killed it.
Well done, my friends.
All right. Cool. Back to you two. Back to you two.
Oof, like I said, Jack, that was going to be a fast race, and
That might be my favorite. I don't know. There's been a number of couplings that have stood out. Tyler and Kyle in the first round was super fun to watch. But that last one was also incredibly fun to watch with Kyle and with Neil. Both of those guys, incredibly strong riders. For Neil came into today ranked 16th, the 16th top rider. Kyle came in as the second top rider. So for Neil, a really strong result here is huge.
it's going to help him out a lot.
Because he needs to stay in that top 16 to get to race the rail. And I think what he's done today is what he needed to do. So
Totally. I agree 100% because, it's just crazy how, anything could make your ranking go up and down. And I think what Neil's saying is hey, I know I'm there. That I'm not too worried about. So,
yeah, Neil can put it down. We expected, him to perform well here today, and he has. But going head-to-head with the cat, El Gato. Wheel fun stuff. Kyle Hansen, that's no joke.
That's an impressive run on both of their parts.
Neither Laser or I are positive who's moving on from that. We're gonna have to wait and see what the result is. But either way, the one-wheel racing that just transpired was inspirational and really exciting. So hats off to both of those gentlemen for just crushing it and coming out here today. So we'll know shortly here who's moving on.
But in the meantime, let's hit a replay on that and just kind of
see what happened.
See how it went for Neil, who crossed the finish line first. Neil off the line right away, and I think he set the pace right there.
Just almost losing the handle.
This is what I was talking about pre-race, is that, Kyle is so fast, but Neil, when he's hungry, he's like, I want to eat it all.
He's
So
like I think he's like a machine. You know.
yeah, he's Neil Machine Bennett. Kyle
Elgato
Hansen.
He really is.
Kyle got a little bit low there. I can't tell if that helped him or not.
So flowy as a rider to watch. Look at him come around the bend. Like, how fun is that?
Boom.
Whoa.
Wow, that's
like, how do you stay on? You know, like, makes no sense. He has ankles of rubber, you know, or something. Who knows? Maybe he's got pine tar on the bottom of the feet.
We might need to look into that.
Somehow the board stays on there.
It's skill. It's skill.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. A lot of skill. He's got some of the best style as well in the game, you know, not just when it comes to racing, but also when it comes to the world of freestyle and tricks and stuff, street, whatever the kids are calling it these days. There's a whole nother side and aspect to one-wheel riding, which is really cool and sort of emerging. Kyle, talented no matter what metric you take, what type of riding you're looking at.
And he's always having a good time.
Always having a good time.
That's like number one for me, is that when I see Kyle, he's like always smiling. He's always got a good attitude. He's always positive. And even if he lost or whatever, it doesn't affect him.
He's usually got a pretty cool jersey, those wheel.
Yeah, he's got nice jerseys too.
Sweet. Okay, so we're waiting on the results still. We have clarity on the women's side. We're going to be seeing Mercedes Silva and Rachel Payne squaring it off in the finals here. And just how exciting is that? The 1 seed Mercedes Silva against the 2 seed Rachel Payne. And then on the men's side, someone's going to be racing against Jeff Adair. Dude. Isn't that what you said going into this? Didn't you call Jeff?
I did bobble my picks, but I ended on the Wheel of Fortune landed on Jeff for me.
You have a greater chance of getting it right if you guess 3 names, which, you know, you did. But at least one of them was Jeff Adair. And how cool is that to see Jeff Adair, who's new on the scene this year, just freaking in the finals here, about to race either Kyle Hansen or Neil Bennett. Like, that's big stuff.
That's awesome. A fresh face going into the finals and really, you know, putting up a fight with some of the people that have been on the scene for a while.
Yep.
That's like all we could ask for.
So Kyle's already got a spot to race the rail. So this is especially huge if you are Jeff or you are Neil, you know. Right now, like, there's automatic tickets. So
automatic
again,
tickets.
Automatic tickets. I don't know if that makes sense, but the top 4 riders on the men's side and women's side will be going to race the rail. There's also, again, $1,500 going to the winner, roughly $1,000 going to second place, roughly $800 going to third place. Everyone who's competing here today is going to walk away with some money. The top 4 are walking away with money that helped them go to race the rail, like a solid chunk, you know.
Amazing.
So,
yeah, that's definitely a motivator in, you know, wanting to win. But ultimately, these folks are doing it for the love of the sport. And I think in the last year, we've seen a shift of dedication towards one-wheel racing. And to me, that only just means that this sport is going to grow and it's going to continue to thrive. And, you know, the more people that get into it and start pushing the limits, the more people are going to watch this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for all you at home who are tuned in and been watching and commenting here. I think, you know, that support means a lot to all the people that are racing. These folks are doing stuff that is absolutely really just amazing and inspirational and deserves an audience. So thanks for tuning in, watching, and supporting your favorite rider. Tell your friends. You know, again, we got the Eastern Regional Qualifiers at the end of the month, 30th and 31st, and then Race for the Rail on August 20th and 21st. That's going to be in the Reno, Tahoe area and open to spectators as well.
Wow.
So that's going to be a ton of fun. Mark that down on your calendars because you're not going to want to miss that. Again, this is the Western Regionals. This is the best people in the West generally,
or who are dedicated enough to
make it here
and travel. You know, Jeff Adair is,
I think, from Missouri maybe, or from the Midwest.
He is not from the West Coast. I can tell you that. So
to come out here,
I think it means a lot. You know, it means a lot to him, and he's not putting the fight down.
And how confidence inspiring if you're Jeff to come out to the Western regionals and lay down this performance with this crew, and Sam, I think you come away feeling like you belong here. You belong. Again, we had 100+ riders on the course yesterday laying down time trials around Lake Cunningham. Here you can see kind of the whole scene. So yesterday's time trial was around the entire course. And just to finish top 8 is a huge deal for anybody, but for Sam and for Jeff, new faces, to come out and compete like this, it's super, super cool.
For sure, Jack. It's all we could ask here to continue progressing the sport. And I think we're going to go back to a replay of Allie and Rachel, the race that propelled Rachel into the finals. So here we are. She was behind right there at the beginning, Jack, but
maintain composure.
Yeah, coming back equal. It's so hard to tell with this dual slalom course who is really in the lead until the final straightaway.
It really is, Laser. It really is. Yeah, it's like, well, Allie's out in front. Oh, Rachel's out in front. Obviously, every turn that sort of flips, right?
Allie took the chatterbox really well that time and
just
came out in front. I think it's the bottom tabletop that kind of.
Yeah, let's see if we can tell what happened.
Oh, it's right there.
She just came off a little bit on her back.
Yeah, she landed on her heels instead of in the center of the board, and that just led to a little wobble, and she had to ditch.
She did not hit it quite square there, but that was a super fun race to watch. Allie is gonna be there in the end. Allie's gonna be there in the end. She's gonna be at Race the Rail. We're gonna see. I think we could see those two racing again in a very meaningful moment, and we'll see if we look back on this and think, that was an interesting data point back at the old Western ORL regionals. Super fun, ton of fun racing to watch here today. What can we say? It's been close. We've seen some big falls. Everyone has displayed wonderful sportsmanship.
And just want to give it up for the riders. I mean, it's not easy sitting out here in 90-degree plus weather and waiting for your turn to run, the course. And it not only is it physically draining with the heat, but it's mentally draining. You have to stay on top of that mentality that you're still feeling the same as you were 2 hours ago.
Yep, absolutely. No, yeah, we're getting to the end here, so you gotta save your best for last. A big shout out to everyone for organizing this race as well. Justin Thompson, the entire committee, Nick and Manuel, folks that have really put a lot of time and energy into making ORL what it is. Really appreciate those folks. John and Chelsea Grace, the whole staff here at Lake Cunningham Park. Big thanks for having us out here today. It's a beautiful venue to have this race, be able to host this race. It's an honor and privilege to be able to put this on.
And another shout out for Tacos El Chuy,
That's right.
our hometown taco truck. Love getting lunch there every so often.
A great birria taco, also surprisingly good veggie taco. Put a lot of avocado on there.
I'm a fan of the Pastor, but they have great salsa as well.
And really, we can only hope that they stick around till after this race is over, because I could go for an El Pastor taco at the end of this whole ordeal.
I can go for it all. Give me the whole menu.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you see the course. Also, big thanks to everyone who came out and supported a racer, came out to watch. People coming from all over the place. So big thanks. These events are always super fun. We look forward to them. We look forward to giving Onewheel Racing a platform where people can tune in and see it. And if you're a young person out there who's watching this and thinking, I think I could do that, you absolutely can.
Totally.
Get yourself on a one wheel and go cruise around and, stay within your limits and the limits of the board. But some of these people have not been riding for that long.
Not at all, man.
It's growing really quickly.
I think we're in the realm and the time and space where anything is possible with whoever comes into the sport.
Yeah.
As it grows and gets bigger and bigger, obviously there's more competition to be had. But this is a time to join a movement that is, potentially the next big thing. That's what I think.
It's definitely the next cool thing, I think.
Jack, one of the things I want to talk about real quick is the changing conditions on the course.
Yeah.
So right now we're actually getting a lot of shadows from the trees that are alongside of the dual slalom course.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually curious if that is going to come into effect because of some of these berms no longer have the light that they had, which, if you're wearing sunglasses, are you going to take them off? Do you keep them on? Do you put clear lenses on them? All these factors that come into play because the little bump and divot that you saw earlier might not be as noticeable as it once was.
That's a really good point. It's this. You can see sort of like how blotchy and shadowed some of the course is getting. Both, it's not consistent on either side either, obviously. So, yeah, I mean the course is always changing. It's evolving every lap.
Just as life, huh, Jack?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're gonna bring up the women's bracket at some point, and there you go, 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Big congrats to all 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of those ladies are going to race to the rail.
That's huge.
That is awesome. Big congrats to Gabby Soto, to Allie Stanley. We'll see you at Race to the Rail. And then now for Rachel Payne and Mercedes Silva, this is bragging rights. This is a decent chunk of money. This is just see who comes in first.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're running the consolation round to figure out who has third.
I don't know either. I'm not sure of that either.
But that, to me, if these ladies have already stamped their tickets, then that might just be a flow state.
Who knows? Who knows? But either way, they're all going to race the rail. So really
I guess
excited.
rankings matters.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to see them all there. They will be extended an invite. And they will be winning, a good chunk of the prize purse here today. 50% of the participation, 50% of the fee to participate goes straight to the riders to help them get to race the rail.
That's super rad.
So, yeah, excited to see Mercedes and Rachel, and I think we are going to see Gabby and Allie as well. Why not?
Of course. I mean, you gotta figure out who gets the third place, right? And at the end of the day, it might, you could throw it away and know that you've made it, but this still helps the rankings, and I think there's a lot of weight into wanting to be ranked high on the list.
And it would be another nice opportunity for Gabby.
Yeah.
I think every opportunity that you have to race against one of those sort of top 4 riders, Rachel, Mercedes, Rachel Cecil, and Allie, right? Whenever you get a chance to race against any of those 4, I think that's a chance to make a statement if you're Gabby.
100%. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. It's you can use the opportunity to really see what the ladies who are in front of you are doing and how they're handling courses and how they take certain technical features. So that's what I would be kind of focused on in that aspect, because you can never stop learning.
Yeah. And now we'll see. We don't know who's up next, whether it's we're going to see the men's finale here or the women's finale first.
We will be doing the consolation round, so I assume that would be first.
Okay.
Yeah. Amongst both men and women.
Okay. Fantastic. More one-wheel racing for us. More hot laps here.
More hot laps, and the course is changing a lot, Jack. Just within every 5 minutes, the shadows go deeper and deeper across the entire thing, and I really think that might trip some people up.
Let's hope not, but let's observe.
Observing is all we can do. But gosh, what an amazing opportunity to be here at this sports park. I think, one-wheeling I would say a fresh cousin to the age-old skateboard, to see this happening in the future, which is now, is amazing. We have one of the coolest concrete skate parks I've ever seen in my life, sitting in the middle, and we are racing one-wheels, an electric board around the skate park. It's like an homage to just like what has been so cool for so long, and now we're bringing along something that, in my eyes, is the future of board sports.
It was cool today to see, there was a bunch of folks on like BMX bikes or whatever type of bikes you ride. I'm not a bike guy. Whatever bikes you ride on this sort of terrain. And they're just like looking at the racers during the practice laps with like the full jaw down. Just like, people are doing this.
Yeah.
This is real. I was asking a couple folks about what they thought, and it was fun to see just sort of the shock and awe from folks in that community. But yeah, man, it's super cool. I mean, obviously this is something that didn't exist 10 years ago, so just amazing to think about that and think about
wild.
How far it's come. There's a whole community, all these folks are great friends and know each other at all these events. Culture and sport. It's incredibly cool. So every year it's growing. The riders get better, and just it's more fun to watch, to be honest. So
couldn't agree more. So let's throw it over to, we're going to do a recap of the race where Sam Lara had clinched his spot in the finals, which was, that was a burner.
Yeah,
that was a burner of a race. So let's check that out.
Jeff and Sam, and Jeff going to the finals, but Sam got there by beating Austin today, which is really the upset of the day. No, if you're Austin Silva, you take this one, you tip your cap to Sam, and you just know that you're going to be there in the end as well. Austin's the #1 ranked rider in the world right now. I think there's really probably no scenario in which he doesn't make it to race the rails. So I think if anything, it's a huge statement for Sam, and it's an even bigger statement for Jeff, right?
Jeff
might win this thing.
Today, Jeff showed that he's a top rider in the world, and I think it's just a matter of, when you race, you get more experience ultimately, right? Like, the only way you get faster is to race.
Look how fast those guys are coming down that.
Luckily, we have the little wooden feature that they could
straightaway.
like go up and slow down right before the camera.
I have ridden down there many times and never caught any air.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Sam boosted off that one. It was like
here
2 feet
is
air.
our confirmation. We have Jeff and Kyle in the finals.
No, that is the consolation round, right?
No, Jeff is definitely in the finals. We should verify that that's correct, because I feel like Neil beat Kyle. We could have it wrong in memory, but I know Jeff definitely beat Sam, and we should get a confirmation on if Kyle is there. That's what we have in front of us here. That's the information that's present. We should definitely get a fact check on it, because I remember that as well, Laser. I believe Neil beat Kyle, but
100% in the second round. And from what our information was, that Neil had a lead on Kyle. So I would request that the timing does. We might have to do some video checking, because
we might have to verify that.
Yeah,
we'll get that sorted before the men's finals. But it was incredibly tight. We know that.
Super
between
tight.
Kyle Hansen and Neil Bennett, both of those young men came and delivered here today, and one of them will be going against Jeff Adair, which is, I would say, an upset, although not necessarily something that I would say it's an upset.
It is definitely an upset, but for me, it's not a surprise. I landed on him.
You did.
That's for sure.
You absolutely did. We'll see if we can catch a glimpse of what's happening at the starting line. That might tell us something.
Starting to cool down a little bit in the shade, Jack, which is nice. You know, a little less temperature brings a little bit less stress off the body, which is always good when you're going into the final heat.
Sure. Here we have our Western regional championship trophies. So we'll see who takes this home and that home. Might be a little champagne or sparkling apple cider bath as well today. Always a privilege to be able to spray or get sprayed, at the end of an event like this.
You can only treat it as a form of celebration and look past all the sugars that will eventually dry and make you sticky.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyways, we're excited to see. So consolation on both sides of the bracket. Again, we're going to do the race consolation heat 1, finals heat 1, consolation heat 2, and finals heat 2. That's the note that we're getting from the truck. So race consolation heat 1, finals heat 1, race consolation heat 2, finals run heat 2. So that's what's about to go down here.
Seems reasonable. We'll get a little bit of we'll get to calm the emotions between each one of the finals. And not just blow it through the roof with 2 back-to-back final laps.
Yep.
But wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. I'm sure the riders are appreciating that the sun's starting to set a little bit and that it's cooling down. But yeah, I think if you're up there, you're just kind of figuring out what you're going to do to stay on the board that you did differently. Because if you try to do the same thing, I don't think that's going to work.
Well, I think the thing that's in common between everyone who is still in it is that they haven't taken a fall. I don't think we've seen Jeff take a serious fall. He had a wobble in like that first heat.
Yeah.
With Bodie. But Mercedes and Rachel Payne, we have not seen come off their boards. And so it'll be, hopefully that remains the case. We see clean laps and we just see who comes out on top. And then on the men's side, Neil or Kyle have not also come off their boards. And so we'll see what happens there. But who you got? Mercedes and Rachel? Did we already do that?
Yeah, I think we both picked Rachel, but then I'm going with Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You owe me $1 already.
Or like those banana chocolate nuggets that you like.
Banana chocolate nugget. One thing that I'm really excited about this year is that after the Eastern regional qualifiers, we will know everyone going to Race to the Rail, and we're going to seed the Race to the Rail brackets on the men's side and the women's side based on their world ranking, their national ranking. If you live in Europe, you can come and race here too.
I'm going world. Yeah, I'm going to say world on it because
if you want to do it,
if you want to do it, I know it's time and an investment, but
you can do it.
That's unfortunately right now.
It's open.
You got to come to the U.S. and show your stuff.
So the brackets will be established as soon as the Eastern Regional Qualifier is done. We'll have a bracket. You can probably fill it out on onewheelracing.com. Fill out your bracket. There'll be prizes associated with it. That's really exciting. In the past, we haven't been able to push those brackets out until like a day before the race.
Yeah.
This time there's going to be weeks of time to fill your bracket. You can win something. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, Jack, we have the official jacket. There it is, the bracket. There it is. Neil, just as we thought, Neil Bennett is in the finals. Our consolation round will be the young Sam Lara against the Gato Kyle Hansen. But Jeffrey Adair and Neil Bennett in the finals for men. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
I'm sticking with Jeff, even though Neil is one of my favorite riders on this planet.
You said Jeff. I said Neil.
Dude, how
into today? I said Neil. Let's go,
dude.
The machine.
Wow.
And then Sam and Kyle is one of the steeziest, in terms of style, That's one of the steeziest brackets right there. So
wow,
for third and fourth. How about Sam?
Dude, hands up again for Sam. Like,
yeah, totally.
How epic.
As the 8 seed making it to the consolation. But it's so cool to see on the men's side here, the 5th and 6th seeds in the finals. I mean, that just shows you that it's really, truly anyone's ball game here. On the men's side, there's just so much parity. All of these riders are so talented and so close to each other in terms of skill set, in terms of consistency. First, we're going to see the consolation heat here on the women's side for 3rd place. There is quite a bit of prize. There's a chunk of prize money on the line, so it is important that we get to the bottom of this. And again, a good opportunity for young Gabby Soto. I mean, can you imagine being 16 and walking away with $800 or whatever it is?
oh my gosh, I'd be thrilled. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this is cool.
I guess I could imagine because
she might be able to buy herself a pair of new blue jeans
or black jeans. Oh, right off the bat.
She's back on though.
She's back on.
She can make up this time. Allie can make up this time.
100%. Let's go.
All right.
She's focused.
Gabby
Face
in
is
the lead.
focused.
Yeah. Allie's back on.
Yep. Gabby on the tabletop. Allie not too far behind.
Right She's right there.
This
is gonna be.
Gabby needs to just keep it clean. Oh.
Into the bumps.
Allie coming up.
Nice. Wow, fun to watch. A rider who goes down early just regain composure.
Oh my
focus.
gosh. Getting
Nice,
air.
Allie
getting air on that tabletop as she's coming through. This is a tight race, Jack.
Into the final stretch. We have Gabby coming around first. Allie with a head of steam, though. Allie with going for a pass here.
Oh my gosh,
It's
neck and neck.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And we're doing a second. There's a second lap.
You got a second lap.
Okay.
On this is going to be
okay.
epic. Wow, that is one of the best heats we've seen today.
Let's
Holy
go,
smokes.
ladies.
Gabby and Allie, how fun is this? Wow. All right, let's kick it down to Jeff here. That was incredibly entertaining.
I didn't nosedive, but I definitely whoop.
Did you just manifest that into reality?
Hey, this is proof manifestation works. Your thoughts are powerful. Your thoughts and words are powerful.
In both good ways and bad ways. Gabby, firing out there. You were in the lead this whole entire way, and then it looked like Allie got you just
I saw her creeping up on me, and I was like, sure, I got to keep my speed. I was like, I want to stay on, though. And then coming into this last tabletop here, I'm like trying to send it down it, but then at the same time, if you tail slide down that whole thing, you're fucked.
Well, guess what? You know who tail slid down there? This little lady right here.
I slid all the way. I'm like, I saw her up there, and I was like, I can slide through the finish. So that's what I was going for. So I got to know that time. I really got to see those times.
Yeah. We want to see the times.
Well, either way, you got one more race. I'm excited to watch this. This was one of the most exciting races we've seen so far, and we're stoked to see the next one.
Y'all's face were crazy. Y'all were like, ah! That was, you have, not gonna lie, you had me in the first half.
Again. You'll love to see it. All right, girls, get back up top. You got racing to do. What a wild one. Boys up in the booth, back to you.
Thanks,
Jack,
Jeff.
the consolation round does not disappoint. I can't wait for the next lap. And we're going to go to a replay on that because that was so exciting. And that's what I'm talking about with, that's one of the reasons I picked Allie in the beginning, because she can mess up and she can recompose herself. That was absolutely insane how she just came back on that last straightaway.
Super impressive. Let's check it out.
So I think what caused that was, you know,
She came out pretty hot.
She came out really hot.
Dug the nose down.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a fine line. You gotta know how much you can push it. Obviously, pushed it a little bit too hard there off the start. Simple as that. And kudos to her for rebounding, get on board, and kudos to Gabby for laying down a really clean run.
Really clean run.
Taking advantage of that little slip up there by Allie. And she's gone ahead and put herself in a great position for this second race here for third place.
Apologies for the lag on the stream, but we're still checking it out. It's like 8-bit video game.
It's like frame by frame.
Yeah, it's a
POV
frame by
drone or
frame.
whatever it is.
But
FPV.
ultimately, Jack, what we saw there is that you could have a slip up and you could still come back.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Right
too.
off the bat.
She could have given up. She could have hung her head, given up. But yeah, good. Curious to see Gabby's been, she's in a great position here. Interested to see what happens here. This is for third place on the men's side. Sam on the left, Kyle on the right, and pretty big surprise here. Kyle is smiling and laughing. So that we've never seen that. Right?
Well, yeah,
we've never seen
Kyle
smiling and laughing at the
smile.
top. Like, no one is more relaxed all the time going into a one-wheel race than that dude. Always fun to see.
I feel like he's the type of guy that would lose his passport and not care.
You might know something about that, Adam.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyle's out like
Kyle
a
Hansen.
freaking bat out of heck. Wow, Sam's just keeping him on the leash. He's just not letting him get too far. They're going so fast off those tabletops.
Excellent board control.
Yeah, here we go. The chatterbox for Kyle.
Nice.
Really slows you down there.
Yeah, it does. Over the tabletop.
Over the tabletop. Kyle pushing it to the max, just riding the fine line of balance on the single wheel. And here we go. Down the straightaway, airing up Jack. Holy stop!
Wow.
Both of them.
Look at that scene.
Wow.
Classic ORL.
Both of them.
Just freaking on their backsides and then big hug. What a freaking spectacle.
Wow.
Toss it. Oh.
Wow. That's an exciting race. Both awesome races back to back for the consolation round. I love that they're just not like, okay, whatever, we both made it, but
no thought of
fully
that.
sending
let's
for third place.
Take it down to Jeff.
These races are getting ridiculous, you guys. What's going through your head out there in this final home stretch? You're neck and neck with one of the fastest dudes out there, gunning to the finish line, all gas. What do you think, Sam?
This is just so crazy. I don't even know what to say.
Have you ever gone this fast in your entire life?
No.
He said it's his first time ever going this fast.
This is Send It Sam. He sends it. He's making me send it. You saw that finish. That finish was insane. That was crazy. We were both going ham on that. That was nuts.
Good work, boys. I've never seen anyone fight so hard for third place in my entire life. You boys must really like bronze.
Yes, we do. What's up?
I love it. All right.
Shiny metal,
Well, you guys got one more?
Yep. Yeah, we do. Let's get it.
And you are neck and neck, so it's basically like the first race again.
Yeah, let's do it.
So good luck, boys. Go get them. Get back up top. You got some racing to do. Jack, Laser, kicking it back up to you boys. Let's go.
The battle for third.
The stoke is high here at One Wheel Racing.
The battle for third is intense. I love
Wow.
it. Both of those guys are so fun
If
to watch.
that's how exciting third place is,
yeah.
Imagine what first and second are.
Well, we're about to see that because we got Mercedes Silva and Rachel Payne here at the top. Number one ranked rider, Mercedes Silva, and Rachel Payne right behind her. This is what we signed up for. And they're off.
Wow.
Neck and neck off the start into the drop. Both riders looking really strong.
Oh.
Mercedes a little on the back foot there. Rachel has, we think, maybe a little bit of a lead into the first turn.
Yep, she's hitting the tabletop first, but she's going to have to take the long berm and hit the chatterbox. So we'll see if Mercedes could keep it tight and hit the throttle.
Rachel Payne, smooth, just a little flick of the wrist over there, but really smooth through that section. That was super impressive right there from Rachel Payne.
This is a close race right here.
Rachel has the inside turn here.
On the inside.
Mercedes needs to gas it. Coming down the straightaway, it's Rachel Payne in the lead, and Mercedes Silva right behind her by about a second. This is going to come down to race two. This is going to come down to the second race here with Rachel Payne just edging out Mercedes Silva.
Holy smokes. It's close. All around, we're seeing close racing.
Get on in here,
keep staying on the board.
That's what you expect from number one and number two. Let's kick it back down to Jeff to talk to these ladies.
I know. I followed at the very beginning and I was like, oh, she's got it.
Ladies, do you see what I hold in my hand right here?
Yeah.
This is the West Regional ORL 2022 Championship Trophy. One of you two is going to go home with this today. Mercedes, is it going to be you?
I sure hope so. She's a tough one to race.
Rachel, you took that first one pretty decisively. Are you thinking you're going to take this bad boy home?
I hope I am. But either way, I'm happy to be racing against Mercedes right now, so it's an awesome experience either way.
You got to love the sportsmanship. Now, does the plan change for the second race after you saw the results?
A little bit, yeah. I got to take it a little bit faster, but like pay attention to my line just a little bit better, because on that one I bobbled up at the top.
Love it. Rachel, you going to keep it the same, or are you going to switch it up a little bit?
Ooh, I'm just going to keep it smooth and fast. That's all I can do.
Smooth is fast. You heard it here first. This is the one going home with it. One of these two ladies. I'm excited to watch this next race. It's going to get wild. We'll see what's up next.
Wow. Super great first heat in the women's finals there between Rachel Payne and Mercedes Silva. Excited that's going to come down to the second lap here. And yeah, we'll see if Mercedes makes an adjustment and just kind of is able to kick it into the next gear. We got our men's finalists at the top.
Oh
Jeff
my
Adair
gosh.
on the left and Neil Bennett on the right.
Oh my gosh, this is this is so sick that this is a final.
This is super sick. This is a final. Best of luck to both these gentlemen, and
There
they
you go.
are off.
This is going to be insane.
Jeff Adair is flying, as is Neil. They're both absolutely mocking. Smooth through this section.
Wow.
Neil. I mean, is Neil ahead, or is this – he's got to go around, right?
Yeah,
Neil
this is the
side,
tough
too.
part. You can have a sizable lead into this
Nice.
turn,
Neil
but
takes that really well.
flawlessly.
I think Neil's got the edge here over Jeff.
But Jeff's got the tight
Ooh,
turn
Jeff
a little.
Just hold on.
Ooh, going into
little
that burn
high.
tough. He's sticking with it.
Jeff just staying on the board. Stay on the board,
Wow.
Jeff. Stay on the board, Jeff.
Okay, Neil.
Close the
coming
gap.
out. Yeah, that's it.
Stay on the board and close the gap. If
Close
you're
the
Jeff,
gap.
If you're Neil, okay, you
Wow.
got about a second. Oh, boy, they're both going down to the last race. Neil Bennett coming out here as advertised and putting down a really strong lap, but Jeff didn't let him get away.
Dude, Bennett the Machine.
The machine, Neil Bennett.
Wow.
Yeah, this is exciting. This is going to come down to the final lap for both these. Let's kick it down to Jeff.
Central last year in Arkansas. All right, I'm here with Neil and Jeff. Just a wild, super fast race on that one. Looks like Neil, you snuck by it. Now, Neil, do you see what I hold in my hand right here?
Yes, sir.
This might look a little familiar to you. Now, I believe you have one of these at home, but it says Central Regional Champion, right?
Yes, sir. Dirt Surfers last year. Won that one, my first race. A little bit of drought since, but we're back for it.
Hoping to add a little bit of jewelry to the collection today. Jeff, this would be your first if you were to take this. Now, it looks like you got a little bit of time to make up on this next run.
Yes, sir.
But you are within striking distance, my friend. What is going to change in the plan in order to make up that time?
Well, actually, this is the everything on the line run right here. I mean, everything is on it, you know, so we're going to go full force, no clean run. I mean, we want a clean run, but we want to go super hard, and we're not going to be cautious this time.
That's it. As my hero, Johnny Tsunami, said, go big or go home.
Let's get it.
Let's get
Okay.
Jack, this is the glory of what one-wheel racing is. The fastest riders, new faces, things are getting shaken up. 1 and 2. We've got it all here.
The unknown. The unknown. You know, we don't know what's going to happen here, but we have excellent riders in both finals and really close first heats. It's going to come down to second heats on both the men's and the women's side, and they want it. They want it bad.
They want it bad. There's not only the ranking, the spots, money, but the glory. And I think we have a replay that we can go to kind of visualize again what we might see in round 2 between Jeff and Neil. I mean, this is an epic race, Jack. Neil versus Jeff Adair.
And, you know, at the top, it was tough to tell. They both were super fast and smooth through the top section. Neil sort of got this little lead here, maybe. You know, tough to tell with how the course is situated, but came through this challenging section really smoothly. Accelerated out of that turn. And credit to Jeff. Like, Jeff hung on. Jeff took that turn pretty wonky.
Yeah,
as well.
I think that's what really got him, because he also got a couple windmill arms right there before the long berm.
He was not centered over his board for a good portion of that second half, but was able to finish strong, and that's what you need to do in order to just give yourself a shot. You know, give yourself more life.
And now we have a replay of, or no, this is live.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
We're going
real.
live. This is it. This determines third place right here.
Yo, you might have to be the champagne
This determines third place, Jack. And you know, what we saw last round is they're going full send. These ladies are going full send. Here we go. Allie Stanley with a little bit of a boost off there down the barrel.
Okay.
I think she saw what happened last time, and she's like, I got this. A little
Let's
squirrel
go, Gabby. Stay on that board. There you go. Allie trying to, claw back a little bit of time, right? She's down a little time.
She knows. And she's going to have to deal with the chatterbox right here. Let's see if it trips her up. Nope.
There you go.
By this point, I think all the riders are pretty attuned to that.
Yeah, look at how well worn the path is.
Gabby,
let's see if Gabby can make up some time here.
She's not far
She's
behind.
on the outside line, though.
No.
Oh, my
it's
gosh.
The same spot.
Allie
The same spot,
loses
Jack.
it there twice.
Oh, my gosh.
And Gabby is back on her. Gabby is going to take third place here. What a huge win for Gabby.
Holy smokes.
I mean, if you're Allie, you have to feel great. You got a bid to race the rail, and you know that you
could get third. I think Allie knows.
Oh, yeah.
It's just consistency, and that's what Gabby showed here in this consolation round. Is consistency is what wins.
Great job by both of those ladies. They're both going to race the rail. But yeah, congrats to Gabby for third, and congrats to Allie for a really strong showing here this weekend. Both of you will be going to race the rail. Big hug. Love to see it. Wow, that was
Look at they might have to switch pennies a little bit. Allie has the third penny, and Gabby has the fourth.
Yeah.
But
they're climbing up the hill.
Awesome vibes from Allie. But let's take it down to Jeff, who is with our third place.
I did it.
Gabby Soto.
Oh, you did it.
I did it. I'm so glad. I feel like I've been right under that third place spot for so long now. And I feel good about finally getting above that, you know.
You're on that podium right now.
I'm on that podium, yep.
So I think last year the best you did in an ORL race was in Westerns in Vegas, right?
Yes.
What place did you get?
Fourth place.
Ah.
I always am stuck at that fourth place spot.
You did it. So what went right for you out here this time?
I don't know, but for some reason that right line feels so much smoother to me, and I had the right line on this one, and I felt good. I just felt smooth. I wanted to, you know, we were right up next to each other the whole time, and as soon as she came down, I just pushed it. I pushed it till the end and stayed on my board, and yeah.
Love to see it. Congratulations on the bronze.
Thank
you.
you.
Did it. Up high, bop. Good job, Gabby. Super proud of you. We'll see you back in Sacramento.
Yep. Good to see you guys.
Big congrats to Gabby there.
She's stoked. We're stoked for her.
Yeah. What a great
Dude.
opportunity here today, and she took advantage of it.
Congrats,
and talking about
Gabby.
opportunities, this is a huge opportunity for Sam. Sam here racing against currently the number 2 ranked rider in the world on the men's side. Yeah, absolutely another opportunity for Sam to show that he belongs.
Could it be the rise of the young riders?
They are off and flying.
Sam is
Sam
so
has
fast
a nice
through that
little
turn.
Start here.
But Kyle just not letting him off.
Sam on the inside track, smooth,
First
but
to
he's
the
got to take
tabletop.
this heel side turn here, and Kyle's gaining on him.
Yep. Oh, Kyle's really quick through that berm.
Yeah, Kyle. It's like
Sam with the tight. Oh my gosh, this is
Kyle kept his speed through that section so nicely. Sam on the outside on this, and then on the inside on the final. Come on now, boys. Let's see what happens.
Gosh, Kyle
This
needs
is
to pedal
gonna
it.
be
Pedal
neck
it,
and
Kyle.
neck. Oh, I love
This
to
is
see it.
fast. Holy smokes.
Kyle out front.
Kyle with
a
the
slight
win.
lead. Who won the first time? Oh my God.
Wow, holy smokes.
Just fun. Good energy. We're getting word that Sam won the first round by less than a second.
This is going to be close. We need to wait for official.
It looked like Kyle won the second round by less than a second. So we might be, yeah.
Either way, round of applause for both of them.
Yeah.
Like, this is absolutely off the charts. I mean, we have
One thing has been consistent today, and that's that Kyle Hansen has been in very entertaining races.
Yes.
All day, every race that Kyle has been in, I have been on the edge of my seat through the entire bracket. And Sam, too, I think, just has put on a show here as well in his first real ORL race. The crowd here today. Thanks for everyone that came out. What an epic time this has been here in San Jose. Big thanks to Lake Cunningham for hosting this event, and what a cool look at this course.
Nose diving, like always.
Yeah, I came off of that tabletop right there, and my board literally tilted nose down, and I was like, this might help me, but what the heck?
If you guys wanted to see what the very top end of Onewheels look like, is that right there. There was no juice left in those things.
No.
So Sam, 4th place, solid showing out here at Western Qualifiers. Is this the best you've done it at RL events so far?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Is that a ticket? I think that might be a ticket. You might have punched your ticket, buddy. Yeah. So you might have a big race coming up. Reno Tahoe area. We don't know where it's going to be, but we do know Race for the Rail is going to be cracking this year. Straight stacked. And I know you already punched your tickets. You're good.
Let's get it. It's going to be fun too. I'm ready.
Hey, congrats on the 3rd place, my guy. I don't have a trophy for you, but you'll know deep down inside.
I feel it. I feel the trophy on the inside. Thank you, Jeff.
Well, congratulations, Kyle. You did it, buddy. Yes, you got the bronze, baby. Congrats, Sam. You raced fast. Yeah, Killed it, buddy. You put on
run for my money over here.
You boys put on a show for the people out there. Love to see it.
Let's get it.
All right,
let
guys.
Me send him back. Let me do it. All right. Who's in there? Jack and Laser. It's back to you guys in the booth. Yay!
Dude, you're gonna take my job.
Kyle Hansen with his tryout to become the maybe next year sideline reporter.
Yeah, you have to.
We're going straight to the top, though. It sounds like we have the women's finals lined up.
Oh my gosh.
Pick, Rachel Payne. Let's go, Rachel, against your pick, Mercedes.
Mercedes,
Silva.
let's go.
Number 1 ranked rider in the world. Rachel Payne has a fraction of a second of a lead, I think. That's not official. That's my observation. And they are off. This is your final.
Oh Rachel off her board right off the start.
Off the start. A huge wrinkle here.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. This changes things up, Jack, but you cannot count
Jump to
her
conclusions.
out.
No, she's back on her board and she's flying. But
Rachel is flying back.
Mercedes is in the lead. She has a sizable lead. She's coming around heel side on the berm through the chunk.
She's got to keep it smooth. She has to. Look how fast Rachel Payne is going into those turns.
It is time-based, and Rachel Payne does have time on her side,
Holy
but not that
smokes.
much time. So she's going to need to close this gap here. If you're Mercedes, can you race it too conservatively? She has to stay on her wheel through this section.
If she stays on her wheel, Jack, I think she's got it.
Mercedes Silva
coming
in
finish, gosh.
And Rachel Payne made up a ton of time.
Holy smokes.
You got to wonder if she did not have that slip up at the top.
She came back so fast, but obviously not enough to top Mercedes Silva.
It seems like Mercedes Silva is your champion here today. That's unofficial, but yes, Mercedes Silva most likely your champion. Again, we've been racing for 3 hours here. It takes a mental toll, and I think that's what you're seeing right there at the top is just a fraction of a second of lapse of focus. And I think that costs Rachel Payne the trophy
any
today.
moment in your lapse of focus could be the loss of the race.
Big congrats to Mercedes Silva, the number 1 ranked rider in the world, for coming away with the ORL win here. Huge congrats to Mercedes. And if you're Rachel Payne, you know you belong. You know that you're right there. You're also going to race the rail. And really just some impressive riding from Rachel Payne here today. You definitely leave with your held high, a pretty big check. No trophy though, but we'll be seeing more from her as well. Let's kick it down to Jeff to talk to our women's ORL Western Racing champion.
I don't know how I have more champagne on me than you have on you right now, but here we are.
Oh man, that was amazing. I don't know, honestly, if Rachel wouldn't have bobbled in the beginning, like I wouldn't have had that. She totally had that. That was so crazy. And then I was just like, keep it clean the rest of the time. It was an amazing race.
Yeah, what was going through your head when that bobble happened? Were you like, I got this, this is mine now? Or were you like, I just better stay on it?
No, I gotta stay on because she's coming after me. Like, I knew she was like right there the whole time. It was crazy.
That's it. Well, what's crazy is this is your first race season ever, and you straight dominated out there. I don't even think you lost one of the races. Did you lose any of the races?
Yeah, I lost a couple right at the beginning of the season. Dirt Surfers, Rachel, like that's what I was saying. Like she had me. Rachel took it then. She was 2 minutes ahead of me. And then at Wheel Scorcher, Rachel Cecil. Got to worry about her at the Eastern.
Got to watch out for Cecil Diesel. She's out at Drift Sisters right now, I believe, so she's not here. But that's going to be some competition. But you got a ticket for Race for the Rail.
Yeah, that's amazing. First one that I've been invited to and that I've earned my spot. It's going to be crazy. I love it.
Proud of you, kid. You did it. You're repping for the hometown. All the training and hard work has paid off. So proud of you, Mercedes. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. That was an exciting race. I'm hoping we got the men's finals are up next. That one's going to be just as crazy, if not even more wild. So let's kick it up to the boys in the booth. Let's get this started. Let's get it.
Kudos for Jeff for hanging in here all day. And big congrats to Mercedes Silva for taking home the trophy here today. She's our ORL Western winner. She's going to Race the Rail along with the other
performance.
Women in the top 4. There's only one more thing. Oh, here's our women's bracket here. So officially, Mercedes Silva first, Rachel Payne second. Gabby actually took third, and Allie took fourth. Big congratulations to all of the women who came out here today and competed.
Jack, I still cannot get over how fast Rachel Payne was coming back after her little slip up.
And it sounds like that's been back and forth all season. You heard Mercedes mention that Rachel had her number early in the year, and it looked like she had her number here again today.
Almost.
But that little slip up in the beginning there.
That slip
cost her.
But, you know, we can't count out there are still some riders that will probably show up at the Easterns. You know, we have Rachel Cecil, who has yet to race at the qualifier, and still reigning Race for the Rail champion Zoe Thomas, who has an automatic bid, so she technically doesn't have to come to any qualifiers
in the end. So one more thing to solve, and that's who will be your men's champion. We have Neil by about a second over Jeff Adair. Jeff needs to make up a little bit of time, but not much. It's going to come down to this lap here. Who wants it?
Jack, this is the moment of truth is right there while they're going back and forth.
They're off.
Wow.
Jeff flying, Neil flying. Oh my goodness. Both of these men are
neck
ripping.
and neck. Wow.
Jeff Adair on the left of your screen, Neil Ben on your right. Jeff has a little bit of a lead, but has to go around to the far side here. Let's see how he takes the chunk.
Check.
Smooth through the chunk. Carries his speed pretty good.
Neil has him on, but
this is gonna be tight.
Jeff a little too high on the berm there, but he's got
track.
He's got the inside, Jack. Oh, Jeff a little too low.
This is it. Coming down to the finals. Who's
Jeff a little bit of lead.
Jeff
Adair. Neil across the line.
What just
This is
happened?
going to be come down to the official time, Jack.
We do not know. We do not know who finished first and who finished second. The champagne is spraying on both athletes here.
Yeah, they're both getting the shower because
now, according to ORL rules, you have to finish the race on your board. It looked to me like Neil was still on his board at the time when he crossed the line, but that's close, and the timing is going to be incredibly close.
I would say if he's on contact, he had it.
Yeah.
Not that he won, but like he was across.
I'm no rules committee, but I'd probably count that as on your board. I mean, you know, that's he may have been.
It just has to be the tip. It just has to be the tip, right?
I think that might be the rule. I'm not totally sure, but he looked like he was in the process of exiting the board, but it seemed to me like he was still on it.
I think he was on it.
I think this is going to come down to time here.
I think it comes down to time.
let's take a look. If needed, we can always kick it to a replay review. We have a committee. 3 ORL officials can make a ruling. Simple majority rules. But I think this is going to come down to time.
Off the front, Jeff just threw his weight forward to get that hole shot. And then Neil immediately staying on his side. So Neil with a little bit of advantage being able to see Jeff in his view most of the time.
They both have GoPros on their boards, and I am so excited to see what this footage is going to look like because they're obviously flying down this course here today. Jeff had a little bit of a bobble here.
See how he went on that berm a little high, and then down here he takes it too tight, I think. He got a little bit and Jeff's going.
Let's see what happens here. So obviously Neil's making up speed. I think he's on.
I think he was on.
He might have been fully sideways at the time at which he went across, but those feet were still on the footpads. I'm pretty sure.
I know I have no weight, but I will vouch for that.
What do you think at home? Yeah, what do you think at home? I mean, I'd probably call that safe. You know,
I would call that safe.
He's on the board. That's just what happens when you're trying to make up fractions of a second, which is ultimately what's going to come down to. Let's. I think that
we need to find out the results of this, Jack.
Yeah, we need to get to the bottom of this. My heart stopped there at the end. I'm
kind of shaking.
Yeah. Do we have clarity? We'll get word in the ear here probably at some point in time. Let's kick it down to Jeff at the bottom of the course. Let's see what they've figured out down there.
Oh my Lanta.
We don't know what happened. It could be any moment now. We're waiting on it. What do we think? Do we have an answer yet?
No.
No answer yet. Still waiting on the official time. Is it going to be Neil Bennett? Is it going to be newcomer Jeff Adair that takes the dub on this one? We had Jeff win the second race, Neil take the first race, but who won? Still waiting on the results?
Well, it looks like the guys are awaiting Jeff, but I mean, if you're in their shoes right now, Jack, it's like what's happening? There he is.
The trophy for the Western Regional ORL Champion for 2022, which we still don't know the results yet. I'm gonna go back to Joey and find out. Joey, any results yet? Still waiting. The anticipation is killing me. Palpable out here. I'm telling you. Well, we might as well just talk with these guys.
We are still awaiting the official results. This was a photo finish. Technically, it was a timed. It's a timing thing.
It's a timing thing, but
the numbers.
But the gap was so small. We have to wait for official results. And if you are still here, you're on the edge of your couch. You're on the edge of the seats. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
It has been. We're coming up on 3.5 to 4 hours, and we are all on the edge of our seats trying to know who just won this.
It's been a marathon and a sprint, but it sounds like we actually do have word from the studio that we have a result.
And we're going to send it down to the bottom for that.
Let's find out what happened. Let's find out who won.
We'll get it. Here we go. We are here trying to find out the finals results for the ORL Western Qualifiers for Race for the Rail.
About a little bit more than half a second.
Are you just telling us the results right now? You're just blowing up our spot? Do we know for sure? Is this confirmed? The winner is Neil Bennett! Neil Bennett wins! Neil Bennett wins! He's the champion! Hit this man with some champagne! Just dump it on him! Who cares? Woo! There we go! Yeah, buddy, here you go. Congratulations. Champion Neil Bennett. Now, he wins the Western. He wins the Central. You got to go out to the Eastern and take the full crown, my guy.
You gonna help me get there?
How you gonna get there?
I'm getting there. I'll find a way.
He's gonna find a way to get there. Well, I believe you do have a cool $1,500 in your pocket now after this dub.
That certainly helps. Oh yeah, so stoked.
Dude, you look stoked.
Just mixing a mountain bike track with one wheels is like my dream come true. I come from mountain biking, and just melding the two sports together is the direction that I'm all about. So I'm just trying to keep pushing it that way, and Dad's at RIP representing right here.
Yeah, for sure. Neil, did you think you had any chance to take it today?
I didn't even think I was going to race today, so I was pretty happy just to be here and in the mix. facing Kyle in the middle round, I didn't think I was going to get here, but I worked hard for this, you know, just like they did. So
You did it. You've been training, buddy. Proud of you. You did it. This is absolutely amazing. I think this is going to help your ORL ranking quite a bit.
Whew. Oh, I'm going to race for the rail.
You're definitely going to race for the rail. This man punched his ticket right here. Your 2021 Western Qualifier champion, Neil Bennett.
Whoa!
He's psyched. He's psyched. Hey, Jeff. Killer runs, my guy. You put up a hell of a show out there, I gotta say.
For sure.
Second place.
I'll take it, man. That's badass. Neil's a badass, man. When I was coming into this sport, he was one of the guys I would look up to and studied his moves. So, man, that's the guy that beat me today for sure. Absolutely.
For sure. Now, I know you've been racing at other events this year, but this is your first official ORL event, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Did you think you'd be pulling second place today?
Nah, dude. No, when I came here yesterday and I found out the top 12 was actually the top 8, that pressure was mounted on me on the time trials. I came away with the 5th place on the time trials, and dude, that gave me the inspiration I needed today to just go out and go after it, man.
You absolutely killed it. Way to hold it down for the old guys, for the dads. I love it. Congratulations, man, on the second place.
Absolutely, man. Thanks, bro.
Well, it's been a fun day of racing out here today. A lot of thrills, a lot of spills, a lot of chills. Actually, no chills. It was really, really hot today. But we had a great time out here. Hope to see you guys out at the next event. We got Eastern Qualifiers coming up. Don't miss that one. It's going to be great. And, of course, Race for the Rail. Got to be a Race for the Rail. Buy your ticket now. Reno, Tahoe area coming up soon. Jack and Laser will tell you all about it. I don't know all the details, but we'll kick it back to them so they can let you know. Back to you guys. Jeff out. Float on, my friends.
Wow.
Jack, kudos to Jeff Adair for coming out here and getting second place, but I cannot tell, and Jeff was my pick, but I cannot tell you how happy I am for Neil Bennett. I am ecstatic for that dude.
Can we quickly acknowledge that Neil was my pick?
Yes.
Neil was my pick.
Neil
came out here and won it. Let's go.
Dude.
Oh, I know that it means a ton to Neil. You can see that on his face. He's been through a ton, personally, and I know that he's put a lot into One Wheel, and I love that he's just out here trying to progress the sport, convince people that this is real, this is epic, this is awesome.
Dude.
And he lives it, and for him to come out here today and get the win just is awesome. I'm really looking forward to having him out at Race the Rail along with Jeff Adair.
Yeah.
Along with Send It Sam, and Kyle Hansen already had a spot, so it's going to go to the 5th rider on the men's side. We'll have to check times to see who that is. I assume it goes to the lowest cumulative time from the bracket out there. But Big congrats to both Mercedes Silva and Neil Bennett, your ORL Western champions. Yeah, super, super cool. Well, thank you so much for everyone at home for tuning in and watching this. Again, this is just the beginning of racing season. We got the Eastern Regional Qualifiers coming up on the 30th and 31st, and then Race for the Rail. That's the Super Bowl on the August 20th and 21st in the Reno, Tahoe area. So
we will be live streaming both of those events. So if you want to tune in, subscribe to the One Wheel YouTube channel, and also go check out One Wheel Racing League on Instagram. You'll get a lot more behind the scenes action and a lot more content of these races.
And get involved, get in the mix. If you're watching this, you're thinking that looks fun. Find a way. Find a local retailer who will let you demo a board. Find a local community, riding community, folks that'll let you hop on a board. Everyone is so inclusive in the One Wheel community. Really just welcoming, awesome people. It's such a good time just to ride around. You don't have to race, but you might just find yourself out here next year laying down a lap. It's an amazing time.
Jack, we just saw 1 and 2 are a couple of rad dads.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what age you are.
Sure.
Doesn't matter where you're at in life.
Yeah.
If you think you could be competitive on a one wheel, come out and show us what you got.
Absolutely. Well, big thanks to everybody that helped put this event on. Lake Cunningham for hosting us, the ORL committee members, Nick, Manuel, and Justin. For John and Chelsea Grace, our race crew and production ops. Jack in the booth. Jack in the truck. It's also his name.
Yeah.
And everyone who came out here today and watched this event. Also Sarah, our events manager. Big thank you. Everybody that helped out. It takes a village to throw a one-wheel race. And at the end of the day, it's just a beautiful spectacle. So thank you all so much.
It was great sharing this time with y'all.
For Jack and Adam,
Enjoy.
peace on out.
Go watch on replay.
Brody just glides into first, past Tyler. Oh my God!
This sport is gonna be so much more intense.